have them DoorDash it to you.
I started the stream.
If they didn't pay you, then I'd 100% do those popsicles in the little bag tube, because you can get those pretty cheap.
Work.
Yeah.
I feel like I would only be accepting requests for what I ought to be eating if that came with an extra amount of money, not just viewership.
Oh yeah, your gold tier members can make suggestions. Yeah.
Hi, Internet. We've been live for 81 seconds. I said it out loud, but I'm not sure that everyone heard me. That said, we are live. If you missed what we were talking about...
Good.
Very good.
Yeah.
This stream is sponsored by Food.
That's right. And Brooklyn Bel Air Sour.
Yeah.
It's good. If you like sours, try this.
Also, Odell's Settle Down Brown. Hard to see. There you go.
Yeah.
Better, I guess. Anyway.
By sponsored, we in no way mean sponsored, but if there are any breweries out there that would like to sponsor us...
Or just send us beer.
We're interested in that.
We'll do that, 100%.
Or smoothies.
That's not a bad idea.
Right?
Alex, that's our gimmick. We review beer for the game.
Clearly haven't been to the When It's Convenient YouTube channel lately, because that's our logo.
Yeah, if anyone wants to follow us on our other socials. Yeah. So, we didn't actually finish...
Plug.
Yeah, shameless. It's who we are now.
That's fine.
Because we're sponsored.
We got that corporate sponsorship. Yep. When last we left off, we didn't have quite enough time to finish our first episode, right? So that's what we're here to do today, and I think afterwards we're heading to a bi-weekly stream schedule for the City of Mist. So if you guys, anyone on the internet who's tuned in right now or who's catching us on YouTube later, that's the idea, is that every other Monday we'll be coming at you live.
And that one will be after Infinity War.
And I'm sure that will heavily impact our storytelling.
The 30th. April 30th will be our next time.
Oh, okay. The 30th.
Yeah. Probably.
What's up?
And Joe may be in our town.
Oh yeah, Joe could be on the couch with us.
Yeah.
Right?
The screen as opposed to this corner.
Joe, you can be right up here.
Right?
There's like...
We'll put you across.
We'll just...
It'll be fun.
Hang Joe from the ceiling with duct tape.
Don't.
I'll take my deposit back. It's a lot of duct tape.
Oh, and it's a popcorn ceiling? That would be a wreck.
Yeah.
Taking the popcorn ceiling down would only improve this place. They ought to pay you for improving it if we take down the popcorn ceiling.
I like your apartment, Jeff. I think it's nice.
Your apartment's great. Just popcorn ceilings are outdated. Everything else about your apartment is great.
About my apartment.
Are you guys you're studying your ceiling as well as the popcorn? No. Okay.
Tilt it down.
That one. Yeah.
So when last we left off, I want to say one of the final things that we did was the scene with Otto.
Okay.
Where
I thought Avery was.
Was Avery were you the final scene?
Yep.
Okay, my bad. I'm going to account for everybody though. So
nice.
Yeah. So we had Avery in last. She was she had just had that guy slip by because she didn't want to go out to chase him. Right.
He came by in the cafe of Avery's office building, dropped off a note, and then she got the guard to go after the guy. A fight ensued, and
she convinced the guy that he didn't want to fight anymore.
Avery may or may not have hit a security guard.
On accident.
Right in the knee. On accident.
On accident.
He'd let it go.
No one knows.
So then Otto was he flew home?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So
right.
he flew home
after his excursion in the
even though he's
store
injured
parking lot. He is injured.
Otto has a gunshot.
He got shot in the shoulder.
Otto got winged.
At least that's my assumption.
What was your assumption?
That I do not fly by flapping.
I would imagine not, but it's entirely your call. So.
I'm gonna picture you flying by flapping.
You told me it was like levitation.
Like unnecessary
like you just
stopping?
lifted yourself
Like
up
just
and
in
then-
case for a little bit extra.
And then you two were at the crime scene. That would be Corinne and Owen,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Owen decided he didn't want to go to work, so he hung
Stuck
out at
with
the
you
crime
all day?
scene.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Well, no, he
called
just
in.
hung out at the crime scene while I went to see Patrick and.
Okay. But you had to go back to the crime scene to pick
Yeah,
him
I'm
up.
back at the crime scene. Yeah.
Had you did conduct your investigation of Cece, right? Was that
so?
Okay, but she was going back. You're supposed to meet up
I
with.
thought Cece's last thing was at the coffee house with Otto.
Right,
Or
I
did-
think
no, you had
Cece is
another one.
supposed to come back to
I
the
went-
crime
Yes.
scene so that
Yeah.
I can
Right.
chat with her, but I don't think that's happened
Okay.
yet.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That's-
Because I had gone to check my phone for, that was like the last action that I did was I checked my phone and I didn't find much.
Okay. So
Oh yeah.
That's right, she wanted
I checked my accounts to see if anybody knew about a whale girl.
she wanted
Not
social
made
media
the
info.
circuit yet.
But I rolled bad.
we still do have to account for Patrick, who was at the time sharing his information about the video, the Flickr horse video,
Right.
Right.
to the
Centaur. Dead.
unseen. The unseen.
The unseen.
We got this. So yeah, well, I guess we'll pick up with the what do you call it? Interviews.
Oh.
Yeah, with the ladies.
Chose
You're
a
right.
lady.
But he's not there. She isn't. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
Cece would have arrived on the scene.
Cece's just arrived to the scene. I've just arrived to the scene.
You went back to go pick up,
Came back to
Owen.
get Owen. Came back to get
Owen.
Owen. Okay. So I need to review my notes and make sure that I know what's going on here.
I know.
find your
Okay.
character.
Oh wait, maybe you
Hmm?
did talk with Cece because didn't you make her feel better?
Yes, you did.
I did.
That is the thing that happened.
I don't have any notes on that
Implant a
though.
suggestion of benevolence. If-
No, I exude
Exuded
benevolence.
hardness.
Yeah.
Very similar.
That seems likely. That sounds like
right,
something I
Avery
would do.
implants.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we did talk.
I
didn't we?
exude. We did talk.
Okay.
I
so
don't have notes on that though.
if you guys did talk, then I'll try and pick it up over at Patrick's. Then,
Okay.
Nice.
Patrick, have you been at your home all day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave.
Yeah.
It's all right. You've got that hay fever, so.
Patrick gets all of
Yeah,
his food
I
delivered.
can't go outside this time of year.
Say again.
I can't go outside this time of year unless I'm heavily medicated.
That's fair.
You know, that's effort. Why would I go outside? Something so inconvenient when I could just stay inside and have everything I ever wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So, are you just doing like online shopping? Speaking of things that would be convenient, like what's your day involved doing? You've just
No.
consulted. You shared with the unseen. What are you doing for you now?
Some Patrick time.
Yeah.
Watching videos of people eating.
No. And there's obviously some tomfoolery, you know, checking out the Imgur and, you know, making my own versions of the memes that are going around lately. But, you know, there's work involved. People ask me to try and find things for them, or, you know, in our little group of the unseen, we often do challenges for each other on
What's a
who can
challenge?
hack it.
What's a challenge look like?
Like, you have to find a certain phrase, right? So they hide a phrase inside a file or inside somewhere on the internet.
Okay.
Find that phrase the fastest and get back to the person who, you know, made the hack. Then you, I don't know, you get street cred, sort of. What's that called? Oh, it's called something on the internet.
Up folks.
What's internet fame called? What's
Karma?
that word?
Gold.
Karma, yeah. Gold, karma, yeah. You get like.
I feel like I
points.
could play with gold.
Internet points.
Yeah. So he does things like that because
So it's
know,
kind of
those
like a
are group of
scavenger
friends.
hunt.
Yeah, like a scavenger hunt. It keeps your brain, keeps you active, and it's always new things. It's not like the same puzzle every time.
Mm.
So normal people would do a crossword. This is way more difficult than that.
Oh, certainly, because you have to have that prerequisite knowledge.
Oh yeah. Only people like Pat Patrick can handle this.
Right. Okay. So while you're deep into it, where is your phone in relationship to you?
Oh snap!
Uh-oh.
It's so if you can imagine like a computer in front of me, the phone's like here, so it's almost like a second monitor.
Okay.
Except tiny.
Except what?
Tiny.
Tiny. Okay.
Well,
That's right.
So if hypothetically you got a message, then it would ring or vibrate, and you would be very keyed into it, right?
yeah.
Okay. And then you said that.
I probably got the message on the computer, because
Okay, so
why
it's
bother touching? I don't have to.
it's all linked in together.
Yeah, it's linked in, and if I'm at home, then I'm probably answering things on the computer, whether it's the rare phone call or any sort of messages I get. Those are all handled on the computer. But if I'm out and about, then it'll ping the phone.
Okay. As far as you've noticed, whenever you talk to the collective, the online anonymous collective known as the Unseen, not 4chan.
Yeah.
When you talked to them earlier, I imagine they would have seen much the same sort of. They saw a flicker. No one said anything about having seen a horse or a centaur. Or I don't know if you clued them in, if you just shared the video, or if you said, "Hey, what's up with this horse?"
It's a single blind request. They don't know what we're looking for. Just
then they might think it's one of the puzzles, one of the chases. Your quest. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you get a message on your Not Discord app. Which would ping to your computer as well as your phone. That says, it's like a direct message just to you that says, "Why isn't anybody talking about the horse though? Is that what we're looking for?"
Why, yes. How did you? Can you show me how you found that? Show your work. You gotta prove, right? Like at the end of the puzzle, you gotta prove how you found it. So. Ask them to show their work.
So you texted message back, show your work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just real blunt like that, not all talky like Allyson.
So there's a pause, and then you get some dots that shows that they're typing or working to construct a message. And then you get a few frames, one after the other, and he says, it's weird. I can only see it when the video's going. He shows like 4 or 5 frames, taken one frame at a time, where you recognize from having seen the video that the horse is supposed to show up, the flicker of the horse.
Yeah.
But he said when you're seeing these still images, it's just showing up as static, right? And he says, "I'll keep trying to figure out how to pull it as just a still image. Is that part of the puzzle? LOL." And then he steps away. It lists his status as away.
But, yeah. Okay. No. I tell him you're close. Keep working on it.
Okay. Cool.
So it shows up as video, but not as frame by frame.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Magic. Let's go over, just because I'm Team Auto and I want to know what happened after he got home.
Winged.
Yeah. So you've been shot. You were winged, as it had said in the spreadsheet. And you flew home, right?
Yeah, I mean, I flew to the vicinity, not like flew in through my window.
Right. Okay, so you flew to nearby, and then you landed and you walked in.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna do about that gunshot wound, though?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to my bathroom, and I guess I'm gonna just rip up whatever towel is there and try to tie it.
Okay.
And try to semi-tourniquet the wound.
Like apply pressure to it. It's
So
not like
looks
you're
like
gonna
it
get
really
rid of
kill
it.
He's
himself.
gonna lose that arm.
Right, like I'm trying to do the hand thing here. I don't know how well that would work, but it seems quick
You can
fix
face
here.
danger.
But yeah, I'd like to phone the police.
Certainly.
That's gonna be my first thing. I believe I paused long enough to get the license plate of the car.
You did? Confirmed?
You got sure.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were questioning or you were confirming.
No, I was there. You did
I've
it.
got that in my notes.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so let's...
911, what is your emergency?
Hi, yeah. I was shot in the parking lot of a Target.
In the parking lot of which Target?
The one at...
Oh, right. The one in Midtown or whatever. Okay. Are you still there? Do you need us to send an ambulance?
No, I haven't lost so much blood. I was able to get myself home.
Okay, a gunshot wound is still very serious. Are you still in danger?
I don't believe so, but I would like to report I have the license plate of the goon's car.
Okay, the goons. Okay.
The mooks.
Stay calm. Are you applying pressure to the wound?
And hopefully
have
not
you dressed
tourniqueting it.
A bit, yeah. I mean, I'm not using the arm.
Okay. Because
I don't know which arm was shot, but obviously the phone isn't the other arm.
It's up to your interpretation, so we'll say it's your left shoulder.
Cool.
Non-dominant. So they take the license plate. They thank you for that, and they tell you, you really should see some kind of a doctor. They're sitting there on the phone with you, trying to give you medical advice, trying to tell you go somewhere, do something about it. Are you biting, or are you just not?
Oh no, I mean that's next on my list. I don't know. Is there a hospital nearby? Can I get there without emergency services?
Sure.
Because I'm thinking I really don't want to cause a commotion around where I live.
Okay. So
if I can avoid it.
You left your car. The nearest hospital is probably a little bit further than walking distance. You could potentially try and fly there. Or if you'd rather, you could call an Uber.
Is there Uber in 2014?
We have Ubers. Yeah, they're
taxi.
cheaper than ambulances, so...
Okay.
I guess that will be the plan.
Okay. So they thank you, they take your contact information, if that's permissible with you.
Yep.
So they'll try and get back in touch with you. In the meantime, let's go ahead and let's follow you to... you said you're calling an Uber or a taxi or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. How does your wound... How are you trying to dress your wound? Are you trying to make it look like you weren't shot, or are you just trying to stop the bleeding? Do you care if the driver knows that you
Oh no,
were
I'm
shot?
just trying to stop the bleeding. I figure, hopefully the cab driver, Uber driver, is not going to kick me out for bleeding all over their car.
I think if you're...
I don't know.
Got
How much is this bleeding, Alex?
You took a status of 2.
Winged 2.
Winged 2. And in the key, a status of 2 is minor, not major. So it would hurt.
As far as gunshots go.
As far as gunshots go, it could have been a lot worse. If you had been shot in somewhere really important, I think that would have hit status value of 3.
Oh, wow.
But
Right, like my stomach or my lungs or...
Those are
Right.
important.
Did he get grazed or is it in him?
I think it would have passed through.
We got 2 holes, Nathan. I'm sorry.
That's just one long hole.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're bleeding, but I think you can probably stop the wound. Let me glance at someone's character sheet real quick. None of these guys.
Yeah, do I need to mark something on my sheet? I put shot 2.
that is perfect.
That covers it.
Portrait section, but I don't know if there's like an actual place where I should be.
On your sheet, no, not as much. I do have it listed on the. I made a workspace Excel document that I think I Google shared with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so it's there if all else fails.
Cool.
Do you want to, since you've got a little bit of downtime while you're waiting for the cab, do you want to make an effort to face danger and try and stymie some of the bleeding? You don't have to if you don't want to.
You just might bleed to death if you don't.
Yeah, I don't think I want to mess with it, really. Yeah.
I feel you haven't had much
You're
luck.
gonna avoid danger in this case.
Okay. So your taxi Uber driver or whatever shows up, picks you up. He notices that you're bleeding. He expresses his concern for you, but at your insistence, if you have such, he will take you to the hospital. And then
I apologize. I'm not a complete jerk.
Right. As he's leaving, he's like, "Damn, I guess this must be a lot cheaper than an ambulance." But you are gonna make it though, right? Sorry, I've just never seen someone shot before.
Yeah, no, I've never seen someone shot before either. But you know, given the circumstances, I feel pretty okay.
I mean, you know, it's your call, man.
You know the city. You can drive. I trust you.
That's a lot of faith for somebody who's just been shot. So he takes you there. You get there in about 7-8 minutes, which is about par for that time of the day and all. I guess you wander into the hospital. They would see that you're obviously bleeding and take you ahead of a handful of people.
Yeah. Thanks, hospital.
You get your
Got triaged.
yeah. You get your topical analgesic, and then they begin to clean the wound, make sure that it was a through and through, that you don't have any fragments of bullet, and then proceed to start stitching. So while you're sitting there getting stitched up, you get your call back from the 911 operator.
Oh. That's inconvenient. I'll fumble with my phone. I'll try to answer. I mean, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so since you're using your dominant hand to grab the phone, your non-dominant hand is the one that's been working on. I guess the nurses might be a little bit annoyed, but not altogether put out. They don't tell you to stop at the very least.
Okay.
And then if you pick up, the operator will tell you, yeah, we're trying to get we've traced the license plate. It's taken us back to some organized crime in the city. Do you have any enemies or any ties to organized crime that you would feel comfortable telling us? We're mostly concerned with your well-being at this point. So if you have anything that you're concerned about, you're more than welcome not to tell us. But we're just trying to help.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Hey.
No ties to organized crime here.
Then it sounds like you've probably just been at the wrong place at the wrong time. That said, we're working with, there's a law firm that has a safe house. We're going to contact them in the not too distant future and ask if we can't try and group you guys together somewhere safe.
Nice. Avery Auto Power Hour.
Wait, is this also with someone who is having organized crime trouble?
The other person has been, we believe, based on her description, pursued by other people from the same gang.
So really, they're going for a fish in a barrel situation.
Basically. Well, they figure if they get you all together, they can
track the other. Sounds like a plan. You're the professionals. I'm getting stitched up now.
Okay, we'll leave you to that.
Is there anything I should be for identifying gangware type deal?
Say
the
again.
Guys who are
See, weird for you guys too. Okay.
Am I? Huh?
So just go ahead and say that again. You're back to normal.
Oh, sorry. Is there identifying gangware that I should be on the lookout for? The guys who shot me just had trench coats on, but is there like, I don't know.
No, they're not going to be flying any colors or anything. If we're right, this is.
Flying green colors like
This is if we're right about this, and we're reasonably sure we are. This is Dana's gang. Yeah, this is Dana's gang. So
D-A-N-A.
D-A-N-A. It would be, wouldn't it? Unless it were Dana. So this is Dana's gang, and they are gonna be white guys. It's a bunch of Irish people. It's the Irish Mafia, the local Irish Mafia.
Look out for Irish people. Great.
Yeah, it's hard for us to say that as dispatchers because it just sounds racist when we say it, but sure. That does sound smart when you say it like that, though.
What time of year is it? Is it St. Patrick's Day?
I don't
Is
think
Patrick
we decided.
O'Connell Irish, do you think?
I would
Do you think
hazard
he's
a
in
guess.
on it? Is this profiling? I'm sorry. I'll dial it back. Sorry, what?
I think it's springtime because we talked about allergies.
It's true. Hay fever.
Hey, Fever.
You're the detective.
Irish gangs get more active around St. Patrick's Day.
Do that?
I don't know that for sure.
Would they be less active?
You might think that.
Oh, maybe.
It's like
that's
the vampires in Buffy. They don't do anything on Halloween.
There you go.
Yeah, it's too mainstream.
Hackneyed.
Yeah. So they'll send a car by to the hospital, Otto, to pick you up.
The cops, not
They the
Dana's gang.
police.
They the police,
Oh.
ideally.
Double check before you get in the car,
Fingers
though.
crossed.
If you send a redheaded police officer,
Be disappointed.
Police officer.
So I guess we'll cut to a conversation between police lieutenant and Avery. It'd be probably 4 or 5 o'clock at this point, which I think is towards the end of your workday.
Avery never sleeps.
Nah, Avery stays pretty late.
Okay, that's also fine. So you would still get your call from the police lieutenant, though.
Yeah.
So they say, hi, this is Officer Jackson. I'm with the Void City Police. We're here, or we're not here, pardon me. We've heard from you and from a handful of other people, and this is our follow-up call to get back to you. We understand that you're in danger. You've been attacked multiple times, or at least threatened multiple times.
Yeah, threatened multiple times, and then guy tried to run away from me, but I tried to stop him. You know, being a hero and whatnot.
Absolutely, and we respect what you've done so far, and we do appreciate the help that you've done. We would like, if at all possible, to move you to that safe house location at this point.
That should be fine. I'll confirm with the partners that I can use it, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. We've got another couple of individuals who are facing similar strife and a couple of other persons of interest. We'd like, if at all possible, to move them into your safe house location and then bolster it with our police defense.
Ooh, bolstering.
So, the response is... yeah, that probably makes sense. the partners aren't gonna like it. But I'll see what I can do.
Okay, we'll try to subsidy the expense, but
yeah,
subsidize. That's the word.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Okay, so they'll work to get a car. Someone will come by to pick you up. And
okay, do we need like a passport or something? I really don't want to be attacked.
Absolutely. You have the safe word you'd like? Something so that the other party would know that maybe other people wouldn't know to use?
Normal.
Banana.
Say again?
Banana.
Banana. Okay, so if a car pulls up and says banana, that is the car that you should be getting into.
Okay.
All right. So they hang up, and at this point, dispatch would call out to Corinne. Still on site, still have still have
Owen Prince.
Owen Prince. It's not the last name Wynn.
No.
That's his boss.
Yes.
Coworker.
Sorry.
Both. You're right. It's a family business.
It's true. There's Tina Wynn.
Yeah.
Can
Wynn
your
and
boss
Wade.
also be your co-worker?
No, my
He's
boss is not
he's
my
talking
coworker.
about two people.
Right.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry.
Yeah. The boss is Christian Wynn. His daughter's Tina Wynn.
Got it.
I work
Makes
at Wynn
sense.
and Ware.
On top of things.
Good.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so anyway.
So you get the call from dispatch. They tell you that they need you to pick up a couple of persons of interest. They said that based on what they're hearing, any consults, anyone who you've been talking to recently is potentially in danger.
Oh, no.
So if there's any way that you could discreetly move some persons of interest, we've got one. The person who's on scene, Cece, we think has been caught up in all of this. We'd like you to move Otto Lowe. He's at Voight County Hospital.
Okay.
And Avery. She's at her law firm. We're actually going to be using her safe house. Her safe word is banana. Don't say anything. Just go to the law firm, pull up, honk a couple of times, and when she comes over to your car door, say banana, and hopefully she'll get in.
Okay.
It was her idea, not hers.
Since
Okay.
she talked with Patrick, does she have to worry about Patrick too?
That's her discretion.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you said everyone that
I'm
I've
sure you
talked
got
to
your
is
squad car.
potentially endangered, so does
Yeah,
that
so
mean
if
I need to
there's
take
anyone that you
CC
consulted,
and...
I would recommend bringing them
Okay.
to.
Okay, noted. Thank you very much. Alright, so I guess
Yeah.
I'm in the spotlight now, or...
You've got the spotlight.
Okay, then I'm going to wander over and find Owen and Cece, who I'm assuming are not necessarily together.
I would be by
but are
the
both
coroner.
near me.
Alice.
Alice, right?
Yeah, Alice, the coroner.
Yeah.
Hey, Owen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plans for the next couple days?
The next couple of days?
Well, yeah.
So weekend retreat. What's happening?
Well, there's a distinct possibility that anyone connected with this case could be in danger, and clearly you're okay so far, but we like to keep it that way. So
I would
we
too.
have a safe house that we'd like to take you to and keep you safe because it's a safe house.
That makes sense. Sure.
But obviously we don't want to cause you any other kind of harm or problems
Sure.
by doing that. We just want to do what's best for you.
I guess. Do you have a cell phone?
I do.
Can I use it to
Oh,
to
sure,
call my
sure.
to call
Sure.
my boss?
And
Thanks.
cell phone.
See if I can call Christian or get a hold of Tina, since she should be at the storefront.
I believe Tina's at the storefront at the moment. What are you letting her know?
Just, I guess that I'll be away for a couple of days, or could be.
How much information are you going to divulge about the whole situation?
Do we
I'll
need to
just
bring
tell-
Tina to the safe house too?
No, I was just gonna tell her I'm working with a cop. That's gonna be longer than I thought it would be.
Okay. Do you want to make a quick convince roll
Sure.
to see?
Always. Whenever I get a chance to roll, I take it.
Your rolls haven't
anything
been
that
terrible.
Does my connection with my sponsor, Tina, give me a bonus in that?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
My connection to her dad give me a bonus. Let's roll the things. That's a 7, so that would be
Plus
an 8.
1, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then they would give in but protect their own agenda is the qualifier for a 7 through a 9. They're interested in making sure that you come back to work. So
Sure.
They tell you, whenever it's done, just make sure that they write you the note like they usually do whenever you consult.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
I just had to get
Get a note
Yeah, I
from
get
the
a
box.
a note from the office. Okay.
Okay,
Do I have any chance to... I guess I'd only had a chance to do, like, the rope in terms of being involved in the crime scene. I was wondering if I could have a quick chat with Alice while you're...
while she's going to go off and talk to CC and explain the situation?
Yeah, that'd be
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Okay,
I guess. Okay, so we've got the body.
so who does the
You've
spotlight
got the
fall
body.
on here?
We're going to have the spotlight on him for just a second before he returns.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. So with the body, having seen the rope, what else did I have from this? Sorry. Going back to notes, everybody, get excited.
Woo!
Okay. Rehab whale after that. All right, with
I can't-
Corinne.
I can't-
Roland's
Nice.
body corner.
Nice.
It froze. There you go. Yeah.
Rope was here on the wall, convenient to the murderer, who was Rope. Person unfamiliar with the room, large and strong hands. Okay, that's what we had.
So before you roll for,
Right.
what are you trying to
Touching.
do? Yeah.
I'd like to use. I think we're gonna try the same trick.
Okay.
Use the psychometry on. I guess this time it would be good to use on our murder victim, on Roland,
Okay.
on the body.
On the body itself, and when you do this sort of thing, when you touch the body itself,
Right.
what information are you hoping to glean? How does it come across to you?
So I want to know if Roland saw anything, or what Roland saw when he died. So anything that would like help me within his eye shot, or I'm not sure. If, I guess I would think that it would still be third person if I'm.
So he's an object,
Okay.
right?
In psychometry.
Yeah. So
sure.
you're viewing what his body was
Right.
privy to in those last dying
Right.
moments.
Yeah. I
Okay.
guess that would key into that psychometry and flashes of what was here before, sort of thing.
Okay.
Neat.
And then why don't you?
I guess there's secrets taken to the grave is the other one I have on that.
That is another thing.
So
Ooh.
it's an additive.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's spooky.
Do you want to do? I'm conferring with my tables real quick
Sure.
to see whether you're better off just doing an investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and change the game because you're taking a crime scene and then you're altering it. It's the same way you did it before.
Right. Okay. And we'll add 3 for the things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ooh.
an 8 to start, so 11.
And 11 is a 10 plus. And on a 10 plus, we're gonna say that you get 2
Brain blast.
clues.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
2 clues.
2 clues.
Okay.
Whoops.
2 clues. I'm just making notes, team. 2 clues from Roland's body. And then, remind me how I spend clues.
So clues, you can either the coward's way out is to bank a clue,
Sure.
which means that I have to come up with what the clue is, more or less entirely.
Okay.
You can reverse the clue by telling me a specific thing that you saw in your vision, and I'll see if I can
Work it
into something that would be helpful to you.
Okay.
In general, though, I have to give you 2 solid leads
Okay.
on something, or if I can't give you a solid lead, if you ask me something that there's no way that they could know, then I'll let you know.
Okay.
That you can't ask that. But you got 2 questions
Okay.
that you can ask.
So let's see.
With the specific method of psychometry, the source being the body.
Right. So, I guess the trouble I'm having here is that he was attacked from behind, so I don't know that knowing what he saw would be particularly helpful. I guess knowing what he felt might be more helpful, because then we would get an idea of, like, I guess in the intro we heard that he was kicked in the back of the knees and that. And from the rope clue we had the, like, big strong hands, so we can know if those are the same thing or if he was kicked with hooves, hypothetically.
He may have been attacked by a centaur.
Yeah, I guess what did oh man, I'm gonna be rattled out. I'm gonna be shook after this. What did Roland feel when he died?
Okay. When he had his legs kicked out, and that's how they managed to get leverage over him.
Right.
They knocked his legs out with what felt to him like legs.
Okay.
Right? But the trouble that actually killed him was that they had
Foot in his
their
back.
weight down into his back
Mm-hmm.
and the rope drawn over him, right?
Okay.
The foot that was in their back was a hoof.
Okay.
While you're
Felt hard and not foot shaped.
right, the point of pressure was a lot. You know how big feet get.
Sure.
Yeah. The point of pressure didn't feel it. It was
Horseshoe shaped.
Yeah. Cloven? Is that the right word?
Ooh. Now, well, that's okay. That's a very important distinction.
If
Because
it's shot or
cloven
not.
hooves are
Splayed.
Cleft.
Yeah.
cleft,
Like
Horses
cows.
don't have that.
and horses
No.
don't have that.
Then it wasn't cloven.
Okay. So I say this is very. Was it
Sure.
a satyr or was it a centaur?
Totally different beasts.
Very important.
But not a satyr. That's different.
No,
Alright.
no.
So you still got one more clue.
Okay. And then, okay.
So Roland was hoofed in the back.
While you're physically examining, looking at the body, you do notice that he's got an abrasion on his back that Alice and everybody else who's been examining the body has chalked up to something.
Something. Okay.
Yeah, was used to maintain leverage. It could maybe been a foot or maybe a heel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or maybe
but
And if I were to use
You
that,
know.
that would be a second thing. Or is the
you know it
Is
was
the-
a hoof.
I know it was a hoof. Is the would the abrasion give me insight into what the hoof was attached to, or probably not? Okay.
A leg.
A leg. A legged animal.
Are you talking about like how heavy it was?
Okay. Let's see. What would be helpful?
He doesn't want to use one of his wishes.
No, I was gonna. I was planning on using the other one rather than banking it, but I'm not sure what exactly to ask. So if there's any suggestions, or if you just want to leave, that's fine.
I have to pee.
That's fine. I'm not leaving. I'm just grabbing stuff.
Let's bank.
What's up?
Let's bank it.
Bank it,
Yeah.
and Alex has to come up with a thing.
I have to come up with a thing.
Thanks.
If you could write the source and the method,
Okay.
which in this case would be psychometry and the body.
Okay. Okay.
So
Banked.
you're gonna have a brain blast later.
Okay.
Okay. And then unfortunately that'd take us to Susie talking to Cece. Pardon me.
I guess I could chat with Alice real quick and
Yeah.
ask her if she noticed anything weird about the abrasion on their back.
Sure.
Did you notice anything weird about the abrasion on their back?
At first it looked like, I don't know, look at it. It's too small to be like a proper foot, and she holds her foot up.
She's a
She
professional.
holds her foot up. Yeah.
Okay.
But she's got on, sensible flats.
Sure.
And so
She's at work.
yeah. So she holds her foot up and she's like, I've got kind of small feet. I'm a girl.
Okay.
This even for me, like it. I don't think if I put my whole weight into it, and there's got to be something more to this.
Okay.
That they had that much leverage over him with such tiny feet,
Sure.
or really large heels.
Right.
Which also
Oddly
doesn't make
shaped
sense.
shoes.
Yeah. So I don't know if they had or maybe they stuck him with like the back of a pool cue.
Okay.
That's all I can think of, and that's not right either.
Sure.
But like they had some means of leverage that they used to pin him as well as maneuver the rope.
Okay.
It's too many hands. It doesn't make sense.
Sure. Okay.
Very interesting.
Do you have any insight on it?
I'm still trying to puzzle this out.
Okay. I saw
Honestly,
you looking at the rope and the foot earlier, or the footprint, for lack of a better word, on the back. Did you see or notice anything? Because you looked like you were looking at it for a minute.
Yeah, I was trying to figure if the rope looked like it was from someplace around here. It doesn't look really like it was brought by anybody.
No, that's probably true. If I had to bet, I'd say it probably fit with some of the stuff
Right.
hung up on the walls.
That's, I mean, between knocking this guy to the ground and strangling him.
That's a
With
lot
that-
of strength.
Exactly.
at the very
That's
least,
what I'm
yeah.
thinking. So,
Okay. Well, thank you.
absolutely.
So we can do the CC Corinne conversation.
All right. Woo. So I'm gonna wander over to Cece and say, "Hey, Cece, how you doing?"
Oh, it's been quite a day. How are you holding up?
I'm just fine. Thanks for asking. No one ever asks.
No one ever asks you, the detective.
Right?
You have to shoulder all
This
of
is
that.
my job. It's just, I deal with this kind of stuff every day, and I guess other people just assume that because I deal with this kind of stuff every day, it's no big deal for me. Thank you.
Or sorry, what is the status on that? Are you a detective or are you
She's
close?
not a detective.
Not yet.
She's
I'm working on it.
She has not yet passed the detective exam, which you need to.
Hmm.
And she'd have to be sorted into a class of an order of detective.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. I love your bar.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Do you have anything that you really need to be doing around here for the next couple days, or would you be able to kind of take some time off? We'd really like to kind of take you someplace a little more protected. It's come to my attention that the people who are connected with this case may be in some kind of danger. We've already had one murder, and we really don't want to make sure that there aren't any more. So we've got a safe house where we are going to be keeping some of the people who are connected with this case, and would that be something that you'd be able to do?
That seems like a lot. Why? What's happened?
Several things. I don't...
Organized crime. It's up to you whether or not you want to tell them, but
Okay.
that is the struggle here.
Okay.
The struggle is real.
Well, a couple of people who have been involved with this case have had some unusual incidents that seem like they're related to the case, and it's just looking like it would be in everyone's best interest right now to kind of lay low for a while until we get all this figured out.
This is people who have been involved with this case?
Yes.
What about, okay, I had coffee with Owen this morning. Is he one of the people that's...
Yes.
Oh,
He's
no.
okay. No one else. Sorry, no one after Roland here has been murdered.
Okay.
So no one else.
Such great
Just-
bedside manner.
I'm really
We're just-
concerned, and if I am gonna go away, I just want it to. I can't imagine anything would have happened like involving. I guess okay. So, is someone after us? Like what?
Well, we don't know for sure, which is, part of the problem. We don't really know exactly what's going on here, but now that we've had 2 incidents with very suspicious behavior connected with 2 of the people who are part of this case, we feel like it's definitely in everyone's best interest that we just take precautions here.
Okay, well, I mean, I want to be safe, so and this is something extreme that's happened, and I understand that. So, yes, I'll go with you. Do I have a little bit of time to gather some things? There's a couple of things I do want to do at the marine park before I leave.
I think that would be okay. We're here now, and I can hang around and watch over things. We can take a little bit of time before we head over to our safe point. Do you have any idea how long that might take?
I just need to wrap up one thing with in my office and with the whales, just to make sure that they're
With the whales.
just to make sure that are taken care of in my absence because it is my job to make sure that they're fed. So I need to just line that out with the whales. Mm-hmm.
Sure, I will be here.
Okay.
Owen's over there, and he'll be going with us as well, I think. So
10,
just as soon as you're done, come on back over, and we'll get headed.
10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, what are you doing?
The whales.
The whales.
I want to go talk to them.
You want to talk to the remaining whales that are there?
Yep.
Okay. Again, so...
It was an accidental slip.
Gotta talk to the whales.
We briefly touched on this when we talked in episode 0, so the audience wouldn't know yet, about talking to animals and what that's like.
Okay.
Animals aren't as smart as people.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And
Why is
like
it
whales, they've got a
slander?
lot more to them than just than a cat,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But
Right, whales are- I mean,
it's not going
as-
to be.
They're not as smart as dolphins.
As animals go, whales are smart though. I mean, not as smart as dolphins, but like that's still like almost as smart as people.
Right.
But that conversation isn't going to happen in ways that we can completely understand, as in like verbiage.
Right.
Okay.
But you will still be able to
Confused?
use your abilities to just say, for example, investigate the struggle with the whales.
Do I investigate or do I change the game because I'm using my powers? You don't have to change the game because you're using your powers, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I'd say in this particular instance, it'd be investigation, just because it's up to you. If you're investigating, the focus of the scene is going to be on what information you can glean from them.
Okay.
If you're changing the game, then you're altering the circumstances around the investigation, and for Owen, it makes more sense for him to be changing the game, just because under normal circumstances he's not going to know what the world can tell him, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't speak
Okay.
rogue.
All right.
He could still use his powers of psychometry to investigate.
To do other
but
things.
it would alter the information that he's getting.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So in the end, it's still your call, but it'll change how we play it.
All that being said,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to
I got you.
investigate.
You need 2 of them.
Cool.
You don't need that whole box.
I'm hoping to use my power tag A for immunity with sea life.
Okay, so that's a +1 to your roll.
Okay.
Do you have anything else that'll
I'm
boost
looking.
your scores?
All the other stuff is about people.
You've got one of your power tags is just like talk with sea
Yeah.
animals, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so that would also be relevant.
Neat. Yeah, yeah. Okay, then 2 it is.
+2. Nice.
Woo.
Nice.
Solid.
Ah.
7.
That's a 7.
Oh,
Seven is
yay!
legit. Okay, so she rolled a 5 and got 2 extra, right?
Yes.
Sir. Yes, answer.
So, strictly speaking, whenever you get a 7 through 9 on an investigate, you get a number of clues equal to your power, which is 2 in this instance, and I get to pick from the table.
Ooh.
The table here, I only get to pick one. You're either exposed to danger, you get a mix of good and bad information, or you get asked questions back from the source that you're asking the questions. I'm not going to tell you which one I'm picking yet. I already know.
I
But
swear if Maddie gets attacked while she's
by a
out
whale.
talking to the whales.
By just a whale.
It's attacked by an octopus.
So
Octopi or octopuses?
So I get to ask
Sorry,
2 questions and one of those
octopuses
things
are 3.
happens?
you get to ask 2 questions. One of those 3 things that I said will also happen. Which is to say that if you ask me a question and I've chosen to give you a mix of good and bad information, there you go. But when you're doing clues, each clue has a source, a method. Your method is that you're talking to these whales. The source is the whales, so you're limited in scope to the things that the whales would know. So when you ask your questions to me and I give you your 2 solid clues, your 2 solid workable leads
Or from the whales.
from the whales.
Uh-huh.
Go.
Okay. I want to know
disconnected from Wi-Fi.
Gosh, seeing them telling me about the people wouldn't really help because I know they saw that whale get taken.
I guess they'd know if they knew them.
They would know if they knew the whale.
They were human.
The people. And
Yeah, they'd recognize the people if they were people they knew.
Say again, Allyson.
Yeah.
If they were people they knew.
Well, or they might be able to tell the difference between a human or a non-human,
okay.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the centaur.
Yeah. All right. We got this, girl. We got this. Okay. So I want to ask the whales about the people who took Kaya away.
Okay. What are you asking about the people who took
I am
Kaya away?
asking if they knew them, and if they didn't know them, if there's anything that they can tell me about them.
Okay. So, conversation with whales is not exactly one-to-one.
Yes.
You are able to talk to them, they are able to understand
Mhm.
and communicate to an extent. But in the end, they are still animals, as intelligent as they may be.
Mm-hmm.
So when you commune with them, when you ask them, say again, the question was, did they know who it was?
Did they know who it was?
They would tell you then that they were very familiar with the individual. They can tell people apart, but only barely,
Yeah.
and not as much from like look, but as who the people were.
Okay.
And they do know who they are familiar with the person. Yes.
Okay.
So you still got that one other clue.
For my second clue, we don't know if Kaya was taken before or after Roland died, right?
No.
Did the whales know that Roland died?
I don't know.
he was in a storage room.
They wouldn't have witnessed the murder.
No, they wouldn't be, and it's not a great time to tell them either.
Were they fond of Roland?
And who knows?
Whales are
Roland seems like
sensitive
a nice
animals.
guy. It's true.
Okay.
Mountains oversharing.
Poor Roland.
Oh, I had it, but it's gone. Sorry.
So you asked them if they recognized him.
Yes, thank you.
And they
Okay,
did.
they did recognize them.
Or at least familiar with them,
I want to know.
so far as whales.
So far as whales go.
Where the people are.
I want to know if they specifically chose Kaya.
If the person who came for the
If the
whales
person who
specifically
came
took-
for the whales specifically took Kaya, or if it was just, I want to steal a whale.
Okay. Okay. So when you ask,
He picked Dare! He picked Dare!
what's that, Allyson?
We upvoted that question.
Oh, good.
Yay.
They say that whoever it was, they say that the person who came to take a whale seemed to want to take Kaya specifically. And they seem to want to take Kaya specifically because Kaya had been there for the shortest amount of time. Kaya wasn't born in captivity like some of the whales there. Kaya was of the sea.
Okay.
And the question that they ask you,
Oh wow.
which is what you did with Kaya when you took her.
No.
You have to give them a solid lead. Or
Did they roll high enough that she has to answer their investigation from the whale?
or if you don't have any idea, and that's not something that you could really know the answer to, then they'd have wasted their roll.
Oh.
Okay. I am visibly upset by that question.
That's fair.
Because I don't have any.
You can't think of any reason why you would get rid of the whale, why you would steal the whale. You're fine. I can't. There's a thing.
That's okay.
Right?
It's alright. It's alright.
I can't make your character do anything.
I feel you. I feel you. I got it.
The day, so
I got it.
Can't make you steal a whale.
Okay, so
this
I'm
syncs
just
up
trying to
with
make it make sense
Patrick's
of the story.
view of the crime
Who
scene.
it was? Let's see,
Patrick's
specifically.
view of the crime scene?
She
Didn't
did
Patrick
this
see
the
2 people?
first amount
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah, and it was originally one armed person,
Okay.
or a one armed person. Not that person was armed.
Right.
That person had half as many armed as
As I do.
right.
I had gone into alright, okay. I just have to make this make sense now because I just asked them if they knew who it was.
Good luck rationalizing the whales.
I have to. Okay, so. Oh.
Poor whales.
Those poor whales. Oh.
Kai got tooked.
I tell them that
Ooh.
the reason I'm asking them all these questions is because there's a lot wrapped up around. More has happened at the marine park than just Kaya being gone. Roland is gone too, and not in the same way that Kaya is.
So Kai is okay.
Kaya is okay.
Okay.
Kaya is okay. She is out to sea, which is where she should be. She's back with her family, which, you know, we were a little bit concerned about.
Kaya went home.
Kaya did. She went home. So, I guess what I have to tell you is, I have to leave for a little bit, and you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be taken care of. And the reason that I'm asking you these questions is because some more things have happened with some other bad men, with some bad men.
Okay.
And I guess I was wondering if you had seen anything with them, but it was that night that you saw us. So that's where Kaya is. She's gone home. We're doing our best rehabilitating the rest of you, and we'll get you home as soon as we can, and I will be home as soon as I can. So just wanted to say goodbye as well for just a little bit.
Aw.
They seem to say bye as well as they're able.
Okay.
They seem content with the answer that they've received.
Okay.
So,
All right.
All together now.
Ooh, buddy.
I'm going to run to the back.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Wowzers.
All right. Okay. This lines up.
All right, team.
This
Should we
checks
review?
out.
Okay, so
This checks out. Look at my character sheet. Okay.
Wow.
You
This
did a
checks
good job
out.
chatting with the.
Are you
chatting with-
entertaining the fact that you might have actually stolen this
Oh, I
whale?
stole the whales. Most
What?
definitely did I steal the whales. Yes.
And you weren't like possessed or anything?
No. I wasn't possessed. That's why I was there late. I'm not a workaholic like Avery. That's why I was there late that night. I
Did
kept
you
putting
kill
it together.
Roland?
I'm like, no. I'm like, why was I there that late that very first night? And that's totally why. Because I was like, why? I would never be there that late. Whales aren't that complicated to feed.
Specific dietary restrictions.
Right? Not that hard.
Krill, open, toss,
Bucket.
bucket, go. Why else would I have been there that night? Oh, it makes so much sense.
Were you really there, or was it someone who was like shape-shifting to look like you?
Stop it.
So we think that okay.
Did you leave
There's
it?
at least 2 people, right? Because there's Hoofman and
There's the centaur that murdered
potentially
Roland.
Dark Maddie / Shapeshifter Maddie.
Sleepwalking Maddie.
So, hold on. I was in the bathroom.
That's true.
Is she convinced she did it?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt, because my main reasoning
Okay.
is, why was I there so late that night? When you first told the story about Roland, I was like, why was I there?
Then who was
Whales aren't
Whale?
that hard to feed. Why was I there so late that night?
Okay.
And so that's my main tie to that, unless there's some shapeshifter nonsense, which is what Susan was saying.
Okay.
Because, yeah, the one arm thing kind of gives you away.
That's kind of a tell.
Yeah, it's... So it would have to be a shapeshifter if it wasn't me, and I can't think of any
Reject
other reason
that.
for me to be there. So, yeah, yep.
Okay.
Well, and it checks out
Why does it check out?
Share it with your audience.
because under my logos for Set Them Free, I have a media presence and connections with local high school groups and lots of rights for animals. I am very active in the community for the rights of animals, and also I have a general unity with sea life. I am all about that stuff.
So that's totally a thing that you would
yeah, that's
hypothetically
definitely,
do.
That's definitely, yeah. It was
But
time
I
to send
wouldn't
Kaya
tell
home.
that to the cops.
It was yeah, we're not ixnay on that. I just needed more information about the.
They're not going to talk to the
Yeah.
whales,
Okay.
so you're safe.
While
She's
Cece is
talking
talking
to
to
the
the
whales.
whales, I want to talk to Owen
Uh-huh.
and just, he's been hanging around the scene
Just
all
rap.
day. We trust him about things.
far as
He's
we
a
frequent roaming.
resource for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to chit-chat with Owen for, the 10 minutes or whatever that it'll take Cece to talk to the whales, say goodbye to the whales, whatever I think she's doing, and just see... I want to see if Owen has learned anything hanging out at the crime scene all day and what he thinks about the general sort of situation.
Okay.
Is that cool? Is that
That's-
okay?
Do you want to do that?
All right.
Go for it.
Okay. Okay, Owen. I think we're just about ready to go. Cece
Okay.
just had to go take care of some things real quick
Makes sense. She
before.
works here.
Right. She's got to, take care of being gone for a couple days too.
Sure.
What do you think? You've been hanging out here all day. You learned anything, or drawn any conclusions, or got anything to share?
Alice and I are bouncing ideas back and forth off of each other, and so the most that we know right now is, or at least think, is that the rope was from around here, so it was a convenient item to strangle the victim here with, and that it was somebody who had a good deal of strength behind it. So,
Okay.
and then the other thing that doesn't quite add up is this big abrasion on his back. You'll notice right over here, smaller than a foot. Smaller than your average shoe, bigger than a heel.
Sure.
We're trying to figure out what exactly that would be.
All right. Any thoughts? Do we have any ideas, or it's just we know it's not these things? Because I gotta tell you, I don't know what that looks like.
Alice's early leaning was the back end of a pool cue, but she wasn't really confident in that. And again, we're at the marina, so there's not a whole lot of
No.
bar scene
It
around
seems
here.
a little. I mean, it's smaller than a foot, but it seems a little bigger than a pool cue, I think.
Right.
Say again, Allyson?
So there's nets. Like, you know how you clean a swimming pool with the big long pole?
That's true.
I'm sure there's like things like that by the ocean to catch little fishes.
That's true. That'd be similarly sized, I would imagine,
To a
Yeah.
to a pool cue, but not necessarily to the abrasion.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
something you wanted to check out to see if any of those nets would match up?
Just poke at the body with sticks until we line up something.
that a thing
I
that-
mean, we could certainly check. We could certainly check and see if anything lines up that's on hand.
Is that a thing that you'd want to investigate?
Sure. Yeah. Do you wanna aid me in an investigation? Does that happen?
Can I
Not
do
really.
No.
that? No.
No.
How excited he was when he got to say no.
I love that word.
You can't do that.
I'll investigate. Okay, so I look around and see if I can find any netting sticked net. I don't know what the term for this would be. Pool scoop?
Something that would fit the general size of pool scoop. Yeah.
If it's unclear, internet, I don't have a pool. So I take the pool scoop that I can find within the storage area and investigate to see if this lines up with the abrasion that's on Roland's back. 10.
It's a 10 without any assistance.
Fine.
So
Okay.
make it 10.
So you didn't have any power tags invoked, but there's a minimum 1 rule involved, and so in the event that you don't have like 6 power, and that would in an investigation, your powers are equal to the number of clues you get 1 clue. So,
Oh, wow.
so your source is the objects and items nearby, and your method is lining them up to see if anything fits. What is the question that you want to ask? Does anything?
Does this match?
No.
No.
Does
Doesn't look like it.
anything match? No, it doesn't. All right. Okay.
Well,
If you had to
The
bet.
pool scoop does not match.
So, my parents used to have a pool. I'd say,
Smaller diameter than what we're lined up with.
yeah.
Here. That figures with what I know about hooves.
Doesn't it?
And pool scoops.
But now I guess you've got that certainty, that knowledge that it wasn't any of the pool scoops nearby. Which
So I
could
guess
be
my short answer for Corinne is we're still looking for what it matches up with.
Okay.
Fishing pole.
Let's see. Is there
What was
anything
that?
I can roll a die about?
Fishing pole. They strangled him with really thin wire.
piano wire.
So yeah, I guess I've gleaned what I can from this portion right here. I'm ready to go to the house whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, I'm ready whenever Cece is ready, I guess.
So, notably, your car has 5 seats in it,
Woo!
Including the driver's seat, or in addition to the
including
driver's
the
seat?
driver's seat.
Good.
Okay. Check.
So, how many people
Shotgun.
do you have to take to the safe house?
Well, 2 from the whatever this place is
Marine
called. 2 from the marine park to the safe house,
Okay.
and
Is that the flight route?
We also have to chat with or you have to pick up what's his face.
yeah,
Or
we're
you have
gonna
to decide whether or not
stop
you
by
wanna pick up what's his
Patrick's.
face.
I don't know whether he will be coming with us because knowing him, he might well decide that he's safer in his apartment than he is at the safe house. But I do want to give him a heads up, let him know what's going on, and give him the opportunity to come with us to the safe house and be possibly safer. So I guess I am taking Owen and Cece, and we are stopping by Patrick's, and
Okay.
Patrick may or may not be coming with us to the safe house. Am I responsible for taking
Everybody.
Otto to the... Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Woo!
So what you're telling me is I have 1 more people than I have seats.
It fits
Mhm.
5.
1 more seats than you have
Yeah.
people.
But you've
well,
got the
no.
2
If
of them.
I'm supposed to pick up Avery and pick up Otto and take
Oh, pick up
Owen
Avery
and
as well,
Cece
yes, I see.
and Corinne
and drive.
and drive and maybe and we can put Patrick in the trunk. He'll be fine.
We should
Strap
make
him to the
everybody scoot in real close.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean,
So Owen, Corinne, and Cece are headed to Patrick's.
Right, like,
So,
Okay, so Owen,
the 2 of you are
Corinne,
going
and
to
Cece are
Patrick's.
headed for Patrick's,
Okay.
and then after we talk to Patrick,
I guess that makes sense.
We will
Leave
go-
Otto with the hospital
right? Yeah, Otto's fine at the hospital.
for right now.
Avery
For now.
probably wants to be the last stop. Like, I don't want to pick her up early and make her, like, tote around with us for other things, because then she'll be all sour about not getting work done.
So you've got
Makes
So
sense.
I've got
Owen,
Owen
and Cece,
and Cece.
you're going to Patrick's.
We're going to Patrick's.
You get to Patrick's without incident.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
You go up the stairs. Why did I think there were stairs? Do you live on the first floor?
oh, no, it's upstairs. You are correct.
Oh, good.
It's
I'm good at
in
this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so you go up the stairs
Upstairs.
to Patrick's.
Oh, there's.
Oh boy. And knock, ring the doorbell. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. I look at the monitor that has a webcam
Sure.
front door. And is she in uniform?
Probably, yeah.
Yes, she never
Okay.
changed out.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
still
she's
on
not
So I
in-
know
So
official business.
I'm not in
civilians,
plain
because
clothes.
you're not
Mhm.
a detective.
That's right.
So I
Yeah,
can't
I'm not in
signal
plain
her.
clothes.
Say again.
One more?
So I know she's on official business,
Mhm.
so I can't just ignore her. So I go over and I answer the door. She doesn't have to do the hand thingy again because that was just yesterday. Yeah.
Was it yesterday or was that earlier today?
No, it was earlier today.
Oh,
Hey, okay.
No, it was.
Yeah.
It's been a
Second
day.
It's towards 5 or 6 now, and
What
that
a
must have
long
been
day.
around 11 or noon when you got there. So it's been 6
Yeah,
hours.
whenever Patrick was first
6
up.
hours. Right.
Yeah. Okay, that's a lot of social interaction.
Right.
Okay. So
Are we with her? Or are we
encourage-
in that?
I don't know. Are you?
Would you have brought us with you?
To the door? I don't know. Well,
Would we have wanted to go with her?
That's a
I
good
feel like
question.
we wouldn't leave
you
anyone
know.
by themselves.
Right, for sure.
But
But I might have left the two of you in the car
Right.
together.
and I guess
and
that
you're
would
a
be
cop.
right. That would
I'm
be
a
your
cop.
call.
So you're going by yourself to the door?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing while you're waiting?
I'm drinking my coffee. I've been away from it for
Still.
too long.
Okay.
It's colder than I wanted it to be.
Are you like?
I guess
are
it's
you
a spring day. It
taking
could have
it all
gotten
in?
warm in the car.
Could have gotten.
I am on my phone
You're on your phone. Okay.
with my followers.
That's good. Okay. So back at the door though.
Okay. So, good afternoon, Mr. O'Connell.
Hey, hey, what's up?
Well, I just wanted to stop by and see what you if
Video, want the video? Oh yeah, here. Let me show you what I found on the video.
Okay, sure. What you got?
He's trying to end this interaction quickly.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I show him what my follower or my
Unseen.
cohort on the internet found online, but I don't tell her that someone else found it. I just show her, hey, if
With
you
the
watch this
implication.
little 3-second clip, it kind of looks like a horse, but look, frame by frame, no horse.
And
Weird.
Corinne can see the horse as well.
Corinne can see the horse in the video as well.
And not
Okay.
see
And
the
also
horse on
cannot
stills.
see the horse in the stills.
Okay.
Okay. Wow,
So-
that's really something. That is
For you on a flash drive, which I am trying to hand you, but
Oh.
awkwardly. It's like take this
okay.
flash drive.
All right, thank you. I will take this back with me. That is definitely something.
Then let's go. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I just have one more quick thing I want to tell you. I'll try and be short. Some people who are involved with this case have had some unfortunate circumstances, and we are offering to take anyone who's involved with the case to a safe house if they are interested in going, just to make sure that you are staying safe. We don't want anything to happen to you just because you're connected with this case. Are you interested in coming?
You say connected to this case. You don't mean just like with at the scene. How are we connected?
You've. Yeah, are you wondering what she said?
I didn't hear everything
Okay,
Allyson
sorry.
said.
Go ahead.
How she's-
again,
sorry.
Allyson.
I'm asking. So I said. So what do you mean by connected? Are they all people who were at the crime scene, or is there some other connection? Why am I now a person of interest in this case?
On the
Or not
phone.
person of interest, just like in trouble or in danger. Yeah.
On the phone call earlier, they said that they could not rule out the possibility that you had been tailed, and that anyone that you talked to wouldn't be in danger.
Okay.
Do with that information what you will.
Okay.
Do you want anything else?
No, okay, thank you. Okay. This is not, you are not a person of interest. This is not you being questioned officially or anything like that. This is in the interest of keeping you safe. No one who has been in any of these unfortunate circumstances has been loosely connected. They've all been directly connected, but I can't promise that you are going to be safe unless you come to the safe house and we take care of it that way. I don't have any real solid evidence for a reason to think that you are definitely in danger, but I also can't tell you that you're not.
You're telling me that a cop can't do their job without people getting sacrificed along the way?
No.
Oh.
No, that's not what I'm telling you.
That definitely sounds like it, because you visited me for 5 minutes and now I'm implicated with some magical organization that's gonna hurt me? He
Not
seems pretty
necessarily. No, I didn't know. I don't see, the problem is I don't know. There are all kinds of crazy and bad people out in this world, and some people who have been connected with this case have been harmed, and I'm trying to make sure it doesn't happen to you. That's all I got for you. If you want to come and definitely be safe at the safe house, that's up to you. Or if you want to do all your biometric locks on your front door for your apartment and just hide up in your hidey hole, that's also your choice. I am offering this opportunity for you just in case.
So he's gonna start shoving his laptop in a bag, in a backpack, and stuff, and he's like, "Don't you even know that the front door is not even the most number one place where criminals come into a house?" And he's like telling her all these facts and knowledge, like get hurt because of shit like this. And he's like, "I'm gonna come, but only until I find out that I'm not in harm's way."
Makes
Okay,
sense.
that's fine. I mean,
You don't have
ideally
to
that's
make
only
them-
as long as you'll need to stay.
Yeah, hopefully. Not too.
I mean, and we're definitely not going to be keeping you against your will ever at all. It's not like that. So, alright.
I'll say first.
You'll get pizza.
Okay, so I follow her out the door and lock it and all that.
Okay.
Okay.
So right now we've got in the driver's seat is Corinne. Is anyone riding
Yeah.
shotgun?
That's me.
Okay,
Called it.
You were there.
That
the
was
whole time.
unclear.
And then
And my my coffee was up there anyway.
Right.
in the back we've got Cece, who's
Right.
on her phone, which is fine because I think she's missing at the moment.
Yep.
And and Patrick, who is
Patrick sees the car full of people and stops. And he's freaking out, and I think he turns invisible.
Oh no. Oh, that's right. I forgot he could do that.
He turned what?
He knew
Invisible.
Rin.
Patrick, you?
Yeah, he blinks out because he's having a panic attack.
okay.
What?
In so doing, you would be making an effort to sneak around, right?
Did
Yes.
Did the people in the car see him blink?
I would have, if you were paying attention. She was on her phone. You were drinking coffee. If
Okay.
anyone saw it, it would have been you.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead? You're trying to sneak where when you turn invisible? You're just gonna stand there. Are you gonna
He's
leave?
going to creep back up the stairs, or at least try to get around like a corner, like the nearest corner, so he's out of sight.
Okay. So go ahead and Allyson, make your roll to sneak around.
Hold on, that one's wrong. We got 8 plus 1, I think, light bending
Okay.
power.
Yep. So that bring you up to 9.
Yep.
So that means I get to choose one from the table. If you're going to sneak around in such a fashion, you have to either leave your backpack with your laptop and stuff in it where it is, or else
Okay.
you'll be discovered. It's on you to make the call.
Are you gonna let me see a floating backpack?
Yeah, that's the alternative.
Oh yeah, no, he keeps his backpack. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a floating backpack. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. They'll definitely see a floating backpack.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So you turn yourself invisible. And as you are, how many creamers did you put into your coffee?
I didn't get a chance to because they were at the office.
Damn.
No, I had creamers in my glove box.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That face.
As you are
Oh,
making
wow.
that
Probably
exact face
That warm coffee.
about the non-dairy dried creamer that's in her car that's a little warm, and you didn't think that would factor into the taste of the coffee, and somehow it has. You look up, making that exact face you were just making, and you see a backpack floating away.
Do I have to investigate that? Or
No,
just-
it's just a backpack floating away.
Hey, Cece, do me a favor and look up from your phone real quick.
Uh-huh.
Do you see that?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Why?
Corinne, what?
Why though? Why though?
It's a neat trick.
Hey, Patrick.
Click.
Wait, are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Allyson.
You can't talk to me because I'm gone. I'm done.
Corinne's not in the car, right?
She said she was in the driver's seat.
Oh.
Corinne's
Have I
not
gotten in
driver's
the
seat.
car yet, though? I mean, we were just walking out to the car.
You would have probably
I
seen
guess
her into the
You
car.
probably had your car door open and you were on
Okay.
the verge.
Sure. And now I see a floating
Oh
backpack.
yeah, everyone can see the floating backpack.
Yeah, no, I stand by my hey Patrick. Patrick? 'Cause, I mean, I can talk to cats. This is like, this is a weird thing that I haven't experienced.
Which is an interesting thing
But-
that we haven't really covered. You haven't had much experience, unless you say so, of odd things happening, but you are aware that people don't pay much attention to the fact that you have your powers, whoever I'm talking to, that's everybody.
Right.
Either they aren't paying attention, or it's hard to impress upon people that you've got magic powers
Sure.
for some reason.
Sure.
So she notices
And
that
I would
we
suppose
notice?
that, like,
or-
Corinne has some kind of conception that, like, not everyone has magic powers, so she doesn't want to go around flaunting her magic powers. But on the other hand, she has magic powers, so it's not, like, 100% outside the realm of possibility that there are other people who have magic powers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, like, I'm very confused right now.
Sure.
But there's a
Sure,
floating
we're all in that
backpack,
boat.
and a minute ago Patrick was wearing that backpack and standing approximately where the floating backpack is.
Uh-huh.
So I totally stand by my,
Where was Patrick in relation to the car?
Patrick?
Because he starts like going towards the nearest corner, so I don't know how far that is. Whether it's like right around the doorstep, like near someone's front door, maybe, or if it's like down the block. That's
Okay.
up to Alex.
Is he sprinting away? You said he was moving slowly, trying to get around a corner, right?
Well, he was trying to sneak.
Right.
But, I mean, slow.
he was trying to sneak,
Okay,
but
so
he's
he
still
was
wearing
moving
his
slowly
floating
away.
backpack.
He probably didn't get too far away.
So the backpack's moving now?
The backpack has been
It's
on
like
the move, and that is
edging.
what it was that you guys saw.
I'm gonna get out of the car.
Get out of the car. Okay, let's sit.
Like back to the building.
Okay, so you've been moving back to the building. The apartment.
I'm also getting out of the car. I'm now videotaping.
That's fair.
The sorry, let me
Cece, can you not?
the spotlight for the moving for a second would be on
Okay.
pardon me, on Patrick.
Patrick.
Allyson, actually, if you could describe the neighborhood where you live, your apartment building. Did it look like the apartment building that you guys used to live at, where it was a bunch of connected buildings with stairs? Is it closer to how my apartment building looks like, where it's a building next to some houses? Is it like Jeff's, where it's a bunch of apartments next to each other?
No, I'm picturing more like everybody has an external door. More
Okay.
like a New York City vibe, where maybe some people are upstairs and some people are downstairs.
It's like Pete's
Okay.
apartment.
Okay, that
Brick
makes sense.
buildings, that sort of thing. Like a lot of, it's like a city though. You're in the city, so it's not like Le Courtimond or anything like
Mhm.
that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Are there trees in the front yard between the house and the car that you would maybe try to hide behind? No, that's an acceptable answer.
Yeah, it's like say you exit your front door and then you go down or upstairs. There's a sidewalk. Maybe there's like a small tree that someone planted to get greenery in the city, you know, that
Sure.
sort of thing.
Okay.
It's not a big oak or anything.
So then, knowing that, if he's slowly inching away, even though his backpack is visible, maybe it hasn't occurred to him yet that he forgot
I don't
to.
think it's like.
Okay.
Yeah. This is him. He's not really, because he doesn't go out that much. So
Uh-huh.
like, I think the chances to use his powers have been very minimal up until now.
Okay.
So maybe he's not quite aware when they function or how they function.
Okay.
More like reacting to the situation sort of thing.
So Patrick might not really know that he's invisible right now.
Does he know he's invisible? Or does he
I
know
think-
he's trying to make himself scarce?
Yeah, he knows he's trying to get away. It's like that flight instinct first.
Okay.
But maybe when people start giving him weird looks, when he thinks like, you know, he may that looks that are being given to him were warranted by him just trying to leave.
Okay.
Right? Like there's something else there, and then maybe he looks down and is like, oh
Okay.
But like,
Nice.
As he's realizing that he's invisible,
Sure.
where knowing having a better idea of what the physical location looks like, where would he be making his move to?
so he's trying to move to one of those downy stairs.
So that he can hide behind it, or so that he can go...
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to like hide in the stairwell, so he's out of. So if the car is here, here's the car. There's like a stairwell here. Here was his going up. Here's a stairwell. He's trying to get around and go down, just so he's out of eyeshot of the car.
Okay. So he's slowly making his way around. Does he react at all to the people getting out of their cars?
Probably moves faster.
Okay, so he's starting to make a move for the down the stairs.
Yeah. It's not like he can enter the doorway. He just wants to be out of the line of sight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's making a move to get out of the line of sight.
Okay, I run speed walk. I'm not like jogging or anything. I speed walk around my car. I like push Cece's phone down and I'm like, stop that.
Do you consent to that, or are you still trying to record?
I consent to that.
Okay.
No. And then I slowly walk toward Patrick and start exuding benevolence again, trying to like calm Patrick down.
So
because I am just completely assuming, like shot in the dark, assuming that this floating backpack is somehow
Still
Patrick.
attached to Patrick.
Okay.
Like,
the last time you saw
and-
the backpack, it was attached to Patrick.
Right, like,
so-
and so I don't know if Patrick has turned invisible. I don't know if Patrick, like, has possessed the backpack, or if Patrick has turned into the backpack. I don't know any of that. I'm just like, I am assuming 100% that the backpack is still in some way connected to Patrick, so I'm, like, going toward the backpack, but, like, keeping a respectable distance.
Okay, so you said you're exuding.
I am doing
your
my
aura.
exuding loving
in
kindness
an effort to convince,
thing.
would you say, Patrick, that there isn't anything that he should be so worried about? That maybe it's would you say that you're trying to convince him with the aura?
I would say
facing
either
danger.
convince or face danger.
You think face danger?
Well, because it says to avoid a hit, endure harm, or resist an influence, and
That would be him resisting the
that
influence.
would be him resisting the influence. So I guess I can't face danger for him,
right.
even though that's like what I would want to be doing.
I would think, I guess
No, I guess convince is
change
probably
the game or
the
convince.
thing.
Yeah.
I would agree with your assessment.
Yeah, I would say convince is probably what I'm trying to do.
Sorry,
Okay,
But I'm
so
like,
you would go ahead and you would make your roll to convince.
okay.
Meanwhile, ooh,
8 plus
start.
Plus 1.
1 is 9.
9.
Okay. Go ahead. When you're trying to convince him.
Is patient and compassionate a power tag that I can use for convince?
Sure.
Okay, then 10.
Okay. The relevant part here. No, I'm going about this the wrong way. Okay, so you're trying to convince him, right?
Yes.
When you're exuding that aura, what impact are you attempting to have on Patrick? What would you like for him to feel?
Calm and welcome.
All right. So the relevant part then from that is going to be that you're attempting to inflict a status on him.
Sure. Okay.
Statuses aren't necessarily just Nathan getting shot.
good.
Good.
In this instance, you're exuding this calming aura at Patrick in an attempt to make him feel like it's not so bad. Patrick and Allyson have the choice here to give in willingly to the condition, or, if you would rather, you can face danger to attempt to completely avoid or mitigate the status. Right now, you had a power of 2, right? So she's attempting to give you a calm aura status of 2. So if you want to make her face danger, then you can reduce the status.
Okay, can you describe how calm that is?
Not like sedated, but like
Willing to believe it, that it's safe?
Yeah, you would be more inclined to believe it. If she draws a knife, you're gonna run.
Right, like, not like sedated, but like, I'm trying to like negate any sense of panic that is occurring. Like, this is my like cop de-escalate the situation thing, not the like sedate the person, but like back to base level kind of a thing.
So I'm trying to battle with my traits is why I'm thinking through this, because I have the trait of having strong morals, and like, so I fundamentally want to believe that cops are good people.
Okay.
But my other personality trait is escape ready, or my power tag is escape ready. So the flight instinct is very, very strong with Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay, what's the weakness tag for the flight ready?
The weakness is allergy, because this has to do with going outside and like always having an exit and ready to escape a situation. But like going outside, I'm pretty much allergic to anything, so that's what the weakness was.
Oh, okay. So the hay fever wouldn't figure into it. Okay, that's fine. Then
sneezing is the invisible backpack.
I'm pulling up your character sheet on my phone. So let's see.
He's cornered, so he's not going to fight his way out. So that's why I'm thinking he might be more willing to accept the calm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm leaning that way, is because he's cornered and he's not going to try and fight.
Okay, sure.
You know, break down the door or anything like that. So I think I'm leaning towards that.
Okay, so you're more willing to accept this calming aura.
I just wanted to talk through it.
Sure.
This
Yeah.
is all new.
Of course.
Feel free. Go ahead and talk through that.
Do
You
the
do
thing.
that.
That's what Corinne's saying.
Feel the calming aura.
Right?
Embrace it.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna calm down and he probably becomes visible again.
Okay, when you become visible, when you decloak, do you just pop back into existence, or is it like top down? What does it look like when you come back into visibility?
I think it's popped back in.
Okay, so you were invisible and now you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, then
It's
yeah.
not a gradual thing, it's just all of a sudden, boom.
Okay, so you
At this
pop
point,
back
I'll
into
say to
existence.
CC, you saw that too, right?
No, I don't think they can see me, only Corinne can see me, right?
What?
One more time, Allison.
I don't think CC and Owen can see me, because I'm hiding from them.
Oh, he's like crunched down at the bottom of the
Oh,
stairwell.
she's downstairs. Okay,
Oh, okay.
gotcha.
Okay.
Out of eyesight. I retract my statement.
I'll be right back.
But
Everything okay over there?
right, probably I'm like, are you okay?
Well, you didn't tell me there were going to be other people going to the safe house, or that we'd have to ride in a car with so many people in it. Maybe, can I meet you at the safe house? Can I, like, take my own way there?
I don't see why not. We could caravan. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about those other people. Probably should have. That's my bad.
I was not. Okay.
But yeah, I think we could caravan. We do have a couple more stops to make before we get there. But if you wanna, do you have a vehicle?
Yeah, even though he's in the city, he has a vehicle, because taking public transportation or a
Would freak
taxi
him out.
where you have to interact with people just sounds like hell.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, he sucks up the cost and he has a car.
Okay. So, do you want to just get in your car and follow me to the place? Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, I mean, if you could give me the address, I could find my way there also, seeing as how there might be a threat of following us.
Do I have the address?
Yes.
Would you want them to follow you? Or would
Right,
you want
I
them to
don't-
drive by themselves to the witness protection thing?
Are there are there people like Like, is there an officer, like, at the safe house waiting for us?
Yes, there are officers there ready to receive you.
Okay. So I guess the only problem I have with Patrick going on his own to the safe house is the security of... Yeah, I mean, it's less safe, so I want to make sure that he gets there safely, and I also want to make sure that no one else gets the address from however it is that I give it to him.
Okay, yeah, you can write it down. You've got that. You got a little memo pad in the car.
Sorry, I was just anticipating what Patrick's gonna say when I hand him a piece of paper with an address written on it.
Can you text me this?
No. Okay, so alright, I do that. I make a call to the officers at the at the safe house and tell them that I'm sending Patrick ahead and he'll be there on his own. And I write down the address on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Then I hand it to Patrick. No preamble or anything. I just hand him a piece of paper with with the address written on it.
I see you cops have some sense. You know, you can't have paper.
That's kind of the point.
Okay, so from here, you would be getting back to your car?
Yes, and now I don't have to, like, not have enough seatbelts for everybody. Yeah!
Cops.
Thanks, anxiety.
So you're going to then drive from here to...
Are we Avery or Otto?
I think to the hospital. I don't have a map of,
Voight. St. Louisiattle.
St. Louisiattle, thank you.
Los Louisiattle.
So,
Los Louisiattle. I don't have a map of
Voight
Los
was the name I
Louisiattle.
tentatively gave the city.
So I
By
can't
himself.
All on my own.
I don't
do
really-
it again.
I don't really know like what route would make sense as far as the way that Los Louisiattle is laid out.
For the sake of simplicity, they're all about the same distance, more or less, give or take 2 minutes. So wherever you decide you want to go from here is your call.
I think we'll go and go to the hospital and get Otto next.
Okay. And then, just to confirm, is Patrick going to be going to the safe house?
Yeah, but he won't take the direct route.
Okay.
He'll, do the paranoid route of... Because he usually drives this way, so he knows the back streets very well, and he's driving in such a way that he's making sure nobody's following him.
Okay, so he's making an effort then to sneak around.
Roll the dice!
Oh no.
Okay, is it too complicated to be driving and using a power?
No?
Gonna try and have an invisible car?
Because,
you
he
turn your
has,
back
as
back
a power tag, he has light trickery and illusions.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because this could be one of the powers he's more familiar with.
Uh-huh.
So he may be doing that as he drives, maybe looking like, as he takes a turn, maybe he makes it look like the car turns the other direction or something like that.
Okay. Feel free to add that on as a power tag.
Okay. It wouldn't be very strong since we're currently getting towards, late afternoon and the sun's going down, but, it should be pretty good since we're spring, the sun's out longer.
Right.
So. Okay.
Spring in Los Louisiattle is better than spring in St. Louis.
Or spring and Voight.
Hey guys. Okay. That's
What?
A 3.
A 3?
Oh no!
With snake eyes?
Snake eyes.
Oh.
Dude. Okay, well
It
that
turns
means
into
that
a
I get to
disco
make
ball.
a hard move. Okay.
Okay, what's it?
Patrick's done fucked up.
Say again?
What's a hard move?
So my only soft move, there exists but one soft move that the MC can take, and that is to complicate things. For example, when I said that there are only 5 seats in Susie's Cruiser and Corinne's Cruiser, that was just complicating things to make it, to drive it, make them make choices, which is more interesting.
Okay.
A hard move is where I can give somebody a status or complicate things big time. And we'll come back to that. So where are you going?
We're going to the hospital to pick up Nathan.
Okay.
To pick up Otto, sorry.
Okay.
Are we gonna get in a wreck with
Pick up our
Patrick on the
Otto.
way to the hospital?
No, God.
The invisible car T-bones us.
Come on, if he couldn't make his backpack invisible, he can't make the car invisible.
The
It's not an invisible car.
The
It's just
strobing car.
Invisible boat mobile. Oh yeah, it's an illusory car.
Ooh.
It looks like it
Looks
turns left when it
quite
It
really
looks like
turns
a different
right.
car.
Yeah.
It's red.
What?
So you're going to the hospital.
Going to
right?
the hospital to pick up Otto.
Okay, so
Pick up our Otto
you
from the
get
shop.
there, you go to the front desk. I guess he'd be on bed rest, probably getting an IV.
Seems likely.
Yeah,
Lost
he's
blood.
lost blood. They'd want him rehydrated. They would have told you that he's at the hospital. I guess you could call back and ask which room he's in. But either way, someone's going to talk to the front desk.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
yeah,
I'll go to the front desk and
ask where he is. And flash your badge.
right. Otto low.
Okay. There's no reason why they would fight you if you're showing a badge. So they happily give you the directions. It's on the 3rd floor, just because it's an elevator you can take.
Sure.
Or some stairs. So you go ahead. However, again, are you by yourself, or did you take the 2 of them with you?
I think after what happened with Patrick, I probably leave them in the car.
Do you guys fight it, or are you good in the car? All right.
Fine. My
I'm
coffee's
gonna
not going
come
to
in
get
and
any
get some more
staler.
coffee.
You can't add.
You have to go to the bathroom or something there, Cece.
No, I'm fine. In the car. On my phone again.
Okay. Cool. Then it's just you on your way up to Otto's room.
Okay.
You know which room is his.
Yeah.
It's a single room. There's no one. He doesn't have a roommate. It's all you. It's
Okay.
the
And I
closed
haven't
door.
met Otto before, right?
No.
We haven't talked. Okay. But
Yeah, because
didn't...
you weren't at the beach.
Right. I never was at the beach. But didn't...
Auto good shot.
Does Otto already know that he's gonna, like, go to the safe house and stuff? Didn't, like, he talk to the dispatch
They did tell him.
and whatnot? Okay.
Say again, Nathan?
I talked to a dispatch, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this should be pretty simple.
And then Nathan flies the coop.
Okay, so I, like... on the door of the hospital room, like, as I kind of stick my head in, because it's a hospital, so
yeah.
like who locks doors in the hospital or anything.
Right.
So I like peek my head around the corner. Like, Mr. Lowe, I'm Officer Brody.
Hi, officer. What can I do for you?
I am here to escort you to the safe house whenever you're ready to go. Are you cleared to be discharged? Are you cleared to go?
Yes.
Yes. You're field dressed. You're mobile. I guess it'll take a couple of minutes for a nurse to come by. If you press the call nurse button on the side of your bed. Yeah. The nurse will come by and undo the thing. You're not feeling too woozy. You've been on IVs, drinking in fluids for the last hour or so.
Nice.
So you're doing much. You're feeling a lot better than you were.
Some like good hospital food.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and since you've been resting, I'm gonna reduce your wing status to 1.
Nice.
So would you now say that
You're less
his
quality.
wing status is a small injury?
Yes, I would say that.
Oh. Trying to help him along his way.
Maybe.
Oh.
Or get rid of his hangover.
Right? Or get
From
rid of his
being shot.
hangover from being shot.
It's a way of being hungover.
So, what do I roll for that? What do I roll if I want to, like,
Heal a man.
heal a man? I heal small injuries. That's part of my mythos.
Okay, so is this an effort? Yeah, you're either. Are you trying
am
to
I
change
changing
the
the
game and make the situation different so that he's more mobile again? Are you hitting him with all you've got and trying to put the good sort of heal whammy on him?
Kind of sneak around so he doesn't see you heal him.
Oh, well, maybe. Right. Do I want him to know that I can heal him?
He'll probably notice if suddenly he doesn't ache from the bullet wound. I guess that's a question for you. Well, hypothetically speaking, if you were to heal his gunshot wound, would he feel it?
I don't.
Got you, Deez.
I sort of. Thank you. I sort of envision it as. Oh, they're hot. I sort of envision it as more like a sort of like hyper expedited healing rather than instantaneous healing.
So would it itch?
Yes.
Yeah, probably a little bit, but not like a ton.
Okay.
Like he
Would he start feeling better immediately, or would it be more towards like the healing of the wound?
Yeah, like I feel. Yeah, I would think that like his wound would close over the course of the next like 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
And like he would start feeling better like quickly but not instantaneously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, are you
Healing factor.
What is your focus when you're trying to heal him here?
So I am gonna be sneaky because I want to heal him, but I don't want to like answer a lot of awkward questions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like come around the bed and just kind of chit chat with him, and so tell me again what happened. Get how did this all go down? I understand you were at a Target.
To be clear, do you have
Yeah,
to?
I was picking up some stuff, and then these guys tried to stop me from getting in my car. So I tried to pull away, but I lingered a bit too long. One of them pulled out a gun, I got shot.
Doesn't get any higher.
I had to
13.
go give him a left tap with my finger.
So
Do we get the roll?
Yeah.
he so she rolled.
Corinne.
She snuck.
Whoa.
That's a success.
It's a
So
critical.
flat success. There's nothing that I can
Ah.
say additionally for that.
Natty 12.
That's great.
Can't crit.
Can't crit.
Um,
That's so
no,
Confirm
no, you
it.
got dynamite.
what's dynamite?
That's a
Change
thing
out
later.
your fire
Yeah.
for a dynamite.
So yeah, he wouldn't notice, at least for the duration of this scene, that you've been
Nice.
healing.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
He might. Yeah. In like half an hour, he might be like,
Yeah.
"Huh, weird." Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, the healing mission successful. He'll be healed in the next 15 to 20, like you
Nailed
said.
it.
Yes.
But yeah, are you gonna take him with you in the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Put
Yeah.
a bag over his head. Use Krav Maga.
No.
He's healthy now. You can hit him.
I don't need to hit him.
I'll go ahead and I'll
Necessary force, Jeff.
Okay.
delete that
Remember when he
status.
said he didn't need more coffee?
Back on it. Back in the game.
All right, cool.
Oh,
so
man.
so you're on your way from here to Avery's, right?
That is the plan. Yeah.
Okay, Otto, how are you handling the car full of people situation?
Whoa, Cece. Did you get threatened by the mob too?
Sorry, what?
Were you threatened by the mob as well? That's what the cops told me happened after I got shot. This
So
Oh my
honest.
gosh.
He is so honest.
No, nothing
the
like
mob?
nothing like that happened to me. I'm so sorry.
Weird.
Stuff happens, I guess.
It sounds awful.
Irish mafia.
Wow.
Weird.
Happens to
How-
a lot of folks.
How's everyone else at the marine park?
As good as you can be when you lose your best janitor.
Aw.
We just,
Security
we're still kind of getting over it. I'm having to leave now, which is not great, but Just trying to pull through as much as we can.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Continue chit.
It's good to see you.
Okay.
I'm glad you're okay.
So you
Thanks,
pull up
likewise.
you pull up on Avery's place of business, and you remember your explicit instructions, correct?
No.
You don't remember the safe word?
Oh yes, got it. Yep, safe
Okay.
word. Yes, safe word.
Alex,
Yes.
quick thing before that happens, during the time that Avery's waiting,
Yeah.
wondering if I could talk to security.
Sure.
So I remember. Okay, so I don't necessarily know how story tags work. So please correct me if I can't do this.
Yeah.
But I feel like Avery is going to walk up to security after the fact, and try to play the damsel in distress card a little bit.
Sure.
And
You
So-
van. What?
One more
so
time.
you obviously saw.
Oh boy.
All right. She's going to play the damsel in distress card with the security guards. And she's saying, so obviously you saw that I got attacked a little bit earlier. The cops are coming to get me. But I was wondering if you guys could help me out.
Okay.
So I was wondering if you, by chance, had a taser that I could borrow?
Neat.
Sweet.
We're not supposed to just give out our tasers.
I know, but you see, without your help, I might be in danger.
Well,
And I'm gonna try to convince them using Charm Men, Stronger Against Simple Minds, and my story tag if I can.
yeah. What's the story tag again?
Security.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
What's the story tag?
I
So
was given that earlier. And I didn't know.
Oh.
So I'll take +3 on a convince.
a story tag is a
which-
thing that happens. In short,
Yeah.
it can be a person, place, thing, object, idea. Would we get
10 total.
10 total?
Hey.
Woo!
You did the thing.
So
What up?
on
You do that.
a 10 on a convince, they have to change their agenda to include yours. They're still vaguely interested in protecting their own agenda. So he reaches back and pulls out a little stun
Someone
gun,
else's taser.
right? It says, I really do need for you to give this back to me, though. Whenever you come back.
The second I'm back in the office, we'll have it back. I don't want to keep it, obviously.
Okay. Sounds good. So she will gladly lend you her taser, which is its own story tag now.
The male security guard.
He, yes.
Alright, sorry. Anyway.
3. Did I miss a question? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. And then Avery has it. Alrighty. Was there anything else, or are you content now that you've got your
No,
stun gun?
that was it. I just wanted to have some sort of protection because at this point I've been threatened and attacked, or in her mind attacked, and she doesn't want any more of that.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so you would roll up on this place of business.
Yeah. Alright, once again, I leave all my friends in the car. Like, you guys okay? Alright. Okay. So... Swipe.
Keep an eye on the guy with the bullet hole.
Right. Rapidly vanishing bullet hole.
Okay.
So I go to the front of the building. I suppose that I have to talk to security to get inside the building.
Sure, but when you flash your badge, they're more than happy
Sure.
to take you in.
So I locate Avery and approach her. You know, hi, are you Avery Seidel?
Yes, I'm Avery Seidel. What's this about?
I am here to take you to the safe house. I'm Officer Brody. The password is banana. What?
What?
Robot? What?
You made barking robot noises.
I I just said, let me pack my things, and I immediately just like stuffed my laptop in a backpack, zip it, and let's go.
Great.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so your car is now full
My car is now full.
of all of the people.
Maximum capacity.
Right, and you've got, of course, who's
No, sorry. Allyson was saying like if I wanted the front seat. It's like no, everybody doesn't insist on the front seat, but she definitely says hi to helicopter guy.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Hey, you.
Otto's popular.
Yeah.
He is.
Everyone's Team Otto. So your car is full, and you guys are heading
Straight
without
to
incident.
the safe house.
Yeah, to the safe house.
Good.
Not straight.
Patrick, on the other hand,
Directly.
also gets to the safe house without incident.
Presently.
Hey! Who
Probably.
would have thought?
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Oh no.
So you're there to be received by the
What'd you
police
say,
on
Allyson?
site. Did you say anything?
I just want to clarify, does he believe that his illusion magic worked?
Does he? What do you mean?
Well, like, so Allyson knows that the roll failed, something bad is probably going to happen. But does Patrick, like, believe that what he was trying to do in dissuading any followers, he believes that worked because he got there without incident?
To the best of his knowledge, he has done
Okay.
as well as he is able. He feels confident in the abilities that he has.
Okay.
No.
So yeah, now the gang's all here. So they let you in to the safe house. How does the safe house look, Joe?
It's in a regular apartment complex. Looks totally nondescript, but inside it's a little more opulent than you would expect, just because it's a bunch of lawyers trying to fill an apartment with things that they think are convincing.
Okay. So it's like a rich person's interpretation of what normal is.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like almost everything is crystal where it doesn't need to be. That sort of stuff.
Okay.
I like that.
Nice.
So, how is it for physical reinforcement?
I feel like outside looks obviously the same, but
Right.
like not only have door plus deadbolt, but then also you have the normal like bar that you can put across the door that's bolted into the wall as well that has like reinforcements in there. At least they were told whenever they had it installed.
Okay, so it's got a reinforced door. The windows probably have bars or something on them, right?
Yeah, I would think the windows are like
Bulletproof
plexiglass or
glass.
something. Yeah, like
Yeah.
almost bulletproof glass.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and
resistant.
it's like strict instructions of don't open the blinds. Why would you open the blinds? It's a terrible idea, sort of thing.
Okay. Okay. So now that the crew's all here, does anyone have anything that they would say to anybody else?
I don't know anybody besides Grinsall. Sit tight.
Stone bedroom. And a seat that's not by any windows and is facing the door.
Avery looks at you and says, "This is my safe house. I get that bedroom."
No.
Not the time to use the stun gun, admittedly. So I'm not going to do that.
That's funny.
I'll
check the locks.
You're gonna check the locks? Okay.
It's too late already.
How are you two, Cece and Crane, managing your time? Still on your phone?
Okay.
How are you doing carrying the weight of... She's convinced herself that she's the one who set the whale free, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is that impacting her demeanor? Like, how is that wearing on her, or is it?
In my mind, this is a thing that she had planned for a bit, and did I suddenly find out that I was the one that took the whale, or did I know the whole time?
You didn't know the whole time.
Okay.
You suddenly found out when the whales told you.
I suddenly found out. Okay, all right, that makes a lot more sense to me. I suddenly found out when the whales told me. Okay, I'm probably messaging with the other folks that I know probably... Well, no. I'm probably messaging. The things that I'm doing on my phone are all to comfort from all of the things that have happened. So I'm not just mindlessly scrolling. I'm chatting with my groups about this. Not necessarily giving myself away, but I mean, there had to be somebody that I worked with to, get the whale onto the truck and to get the whale back into the water and everything like that. So I guess I'm trying to figure out who helped me and why I don't remember it.
Okay.
So that's kind of my comfort that I'm taking, is in being able to reach out to my connections and do something.
Okay. Does anyone pay any mind to her totally engrossed, absorbed in her phone? Yeah.
I'm just kind of like observing all of these people, kind of like standing in the corner, just kind of watching all of them and seeing what they're doing and how they're interacting.
Okay.
Or lack of interacting.
Patrick, you said you definitely were paying attention.
Yeah. Does she at any point set it down and walk away from it? No, I that's a serious question.
Okay.
You don't have to.
No, if you're engrossed in your phone, you're engrossed in your phone, and that's fine.
Sure.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, but at some point I'm gonna need to go to the bathroom and stuff. I mean, it's been a bit.
Okay.
So
You have been trapped in the car all day.
I've been trapped in the car for
bathroom?
quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think Cece takes her phone to the bathroom. I think she thinks that's gross. she's
What a weirdo.
she's pretty glamorous.
Okay.
I'm also naive and too trusting. So yeah,
Definitely
I'm gonna leave my phone.
Leave your phone out? Okay.
I'm gonna leave my phone and I'm
So
gonna go to the bathroom.
She nips off to the bathroom for a second. What's the play here?
Does it have a passcode?
Does it have a passcode?
Yeah. It's a finger one. Wait, it's 2014.
They had the finger
Do they have
lock.
fingerprints?
2014, you had Touch ID.
Okay,
But only if you had an iPhone.
it's a touchy thing. Cece has an iPhone. Please.
What do you do with the locked phone?
I am going to
Clone it.
try and guess the password either by looking at the reflection to see if her fingerprints left a mark,
Okay.
or just guessing common passwords.
Okay. How common is your password? Is it securely locked or is it a simple one?
Password is her
1, 2,
favorite
3,
whale's
4.
birthday.
Oh, nice.
0000.
What's Kaya, but in
Morse.
T9 Morse? Yes.
It's the last 2 digits of my birth year and the last 2 digits of the year of my car.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is all publicly accessible information. She is a figure online as well as an employee at the Ocean World, Ocean Land, Oceanside Amusement. She's an employee there. So these are things that you could hypothetically find out.
Yeah, but how long have I been there?
Then, that would be a long bathroom break.
Could have been working on it in my car ride, I guess, if you cared. But
Yeah, how long have we been sitting there, relatively? Has it been maybe 2 hours before she goes to the bathroom, or 30 minutes or less?
It's been from 5 until whenever Cece feels like she needs to go to the bathroom. So have you been?
Well, how long did it take us to get to the safe house?
It was a while. We had to make a couple stops.
You've been making a bunch of stops.
So at 5, we were still picking up everybody?
Yeah, I think you probably got there about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So has it been half an hour into the safe house stay?
It's been about 45 minutes.
Okay, no, I couldn't have found all that by then. Okay, I try a couple things like 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 0, 0, those common passcodes, and when they don't work, I just set it back down and walk away.
Okay.
Well, I can investigate the fingerprints or anything like that.
She could, like, hypothetically, she's just a hacker. She could plug it into her laptop and then try and crack it that way.
In front of everybody.
Yeah, but not in front of everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Depends on the model.
What?
Sorry. I'm being super technical.
Are you trying to figure out how hard it is for her to hack the phone?
Yeah, but, like, it doesn't matter for the fiction's sake.
Yeah, but no, like, I don't think I have enough information to try and get it right now.
Okay.
To get phone, but I will definitely make more attempts as I figure out more information about her.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Cece's pretty naive, and she is too trusting, so she's going to leave her phone a bit.
Question.
Yes.
Does anybody else notice that?
Ooh.
I was looking at the locks. I probably wouldn't have. Unless we've been out
You
there
said
for a
that you
while.
were
Corinne's
taken
kinda
in.
watching.
Yeah, Corinne said
I'm
she was
just kind of
taken
standing
in
in
the
the corner watching everybody, so maybe.
Right, and I feel like Avery's probably watching everybody because she doesn't want them to screw up the safe house.
Okay. It's also possible that she could have noticed.
Are you going to react to it?
Well, no, like, I'm just... In this situation, should Allyson make a sneak roll, or...
That would
I'm
work.
trying to sneak. I walk up and grab her phone.
I feel like if Corinne did notice, she wouldn't necessarily say anything. She'd just be like, Patrick. Shaking my head.
Avery walks out.
Wait, while I'm touching the phone?
No,
This is like a 30-second.
yeah, she waits till you're done.
Okay.
Like, waits till you walk away. Like, she's not trying to draw, like, attention. She just walks up. What the hell are you doing?
What are you talking about?
Her phone. What the hell are you doing?
I didn't mess with it. It's locked.
I get that. Why are you trying to mess with this lock? Why are you here?
Why are you asking me these questions? And he just
You understand, and, like, are you on your laptop?
yeah.
She closes your laptop.
Oh!
You were brought here to this safe house because I offered this safe house. You are trying to make this either unsafe or you have a different agenda than me. And I do not want that here. So what are you doing?
He goes to his bedroom. He doesn't answer her at all,
All right.
acknowledge it. He just picks up the laptop and walks away.
At this point, yeah, she probably has more trust in Corinne. So she goes up to the officer. She goes, "So, do you know this guy?"
Yeah, we work together on occasion. It's not usually like real fun, but we do.
And you guys are just okay with him trying to get into people's phones?
Well, he didn't succeed. If he'd actually, if he had actually been like messing with her phone, I probably would have said something. I wanted to see if he could do it.
Preventative medicine, reactive justice. System work.
Okay, so given this situation, you're still fine with him being here.
Yeah, he's kind of a weird dude, but he's not a bad guy. He's mostly harmless.
Can you make sure that he doesn't mess with anybody else's stuff? I'd really rather this safe house was built specifically to keep safe. I don't want him poking holes in it for any reason, just out of some weird hacker joy.
Question.
Yes.
Is she talking really loudly? Like, can normal people hear this conversation?
It's not like yelling, it's just a matter of it's a matter of factly talking.
Okay, but maybe from the bedroom he could hear it?
If you're pressed up against the door listening.
Okay. He just wants to comment that none of us are safe while we all have our old cell phones. Why didn't you all grab a burner phone like I did?
You guys are great.
Nice.
Right?
Anyway.
I mean,
I
as an aside, I'm reasonably confident in Patrick's paranoia. Like, if anybody's gonna not do anything to actually compromise us, I'm pretty sure it's Patrick. At least, he has more knowledge about what to do to not get caught or compromised than the rest of us do, I think. Like, I see Patrick as, like, a way excessively paranoid person.
Mm.
Whether or not he actually is, like, that excessively paranoid, I totally view him as an excessively paranoid person.
We all have our phones. We're dead. We're dead in the water.
Yeah, I think Avery's just like, okay, I'll give you guys a third chance for today and trust that you know what you're doing. Alright, thanks, that's all.
And as you say, thanks, that's all, the lights cut out.
Lights
And she goes, fucking Patrick! Records that door.
This is what I needed today. This is a good day.
Like, the windows, is there, like, emergency lighting or just pitch black?
It's dark inside. It's getting towards evening outside. Hypothetically, you could draw the curtains and let some light in. You wouldn't be able to see particularly well. It's without drawing the blinds.
Yeah, okay. Nope, he just stands up off the bed and moves to a wall. That's what Patrick does. I don't know what everybody else is going to do.
And you do have your cell phones and everything. Would cast, you got your flashlights.
I don't.
On your phone.
You're in the bathroom.
You were in the bathroom when the lights cut out.
Damn.
No, he's not making any light. He just, like, so if he's sitting on his laptop, he closes it and just kind of stands up against, well, you can't see me.
We
he stands
can't
up
see
against
you.
You're
something
invisible.
solid, just, like, waiting to see what happens next.
Makes himself tiny
Okay.
against the wall.
Yeah.
Um,
But since there's not a lot of light, he can't use any, like, powers,
Light
light
bending.
tricks, or anything like that, right? So.
Sure. Otto, how's your reaction? Nothing?
It's been a long day. I don't really want to get involved in these squabbles with people messing with other people's stuff. I kind of want to, like, go to a kitchen, get a nice glass of cold water, and just
Okay.
try to act
With the lights out?
I like stuff in.
Did you do this before the lights went out?
Hmm?
Did you do that before the lights turned out, or after?
I mean, that's, what I'm doing before.
Okay. While you're over at the refrigerator, which is where I guess you'd get your ice for the glass, you notice that the hum of the refrigerator is dead silent. It's not humming. You figure the power's been cut. There wasn't a sudden light failure.
It's not just the lights, it's all the electricity.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
Although
Hey,
not as weird as
Officer
just the lights
Brody.
going out.
Officer Brody.
Sorry,
Officer,
yes, hello?
Where'd the power go?
That's a very good question, Otto. Out is my guess. Avery, do you know where the breaker box is in this apartment?
It's in Patrick's bedroom.
Of course
Good.
it is.
Patrick, did you lock the door?
No, Patrick didn't
No.
do anything except stand up and move against the wall.
No, but like whenever you threw your hissy fit and ran into the room.
No, it was open because I was yelling at you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I will check that out. In the meantime, are there any candles around?
Yeah, there's like a candelabra on the table. It's like nice looking dining room table.
Okay.
Who would have a candelabra?
Okay.
You
Yeah.
said it was mates.
Rich
Are there
lawyers.
no emergency protocols in this safe house? Like, is there like a safe house bunker that we go into?
Is
The
there
house is
A
breached.
panic room in the safe
is
house?
there a panic room?
You're super rich.
Is there one room that's got like fortified doors to it?
I'm imagining the friend from Jessica Jones.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's probably like the bathroom of the master bedroom, like something nondescript.
Okay, but like big enough that it'd be able to comfortably house 6 people?
6 people. Am I the only officer here, or was there
Yes.
another one?
No, you're the only one inside. The other ones are supposed to be outside.
Okay. Supposed to be outside?
Supposed
Might
to
want
be.
to check with them.
Okay.
Radio
So-
contact.
I say, yeah, do I have radio contact
You've
with the
got your
officers
radio,
outside? Okay. That's good. Alright, you said it was like the master bath has...
Master bath has like extra bars and stuff like that, so we can go in there. It's like fairly like cagey in terms of metal, so I don't know how well cell phones are gonna do in there. But we do have a like landline inside.
Okay, you all head for the master bath. I'm going to check the breaker box and make sure that we're not just overreacting about some normal thing that just happened. And I will contact our officers at the front door. I'll be right behind you. So
Okay.
I am going to, I guess, investigate the breaker box, or do I need to investigate that?
You can investigate, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna...
When you're investigating...
Yes.
Okay, so obviously your source is the breaker box itself.
Yes.
Your method is however it is you're trying to gain information. What are you trying to learn from this?
Whether any of the breakers have been tripped, or
Okay.
whether it's a source outside of the apartment that has lost power or caused any of this.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, roll.
I don't think I have any pluses for this one, really.
There's a minimum
Great
1.
reflexes.
So
Oh, that's a 9.
a 9 is definitely legit. Let's see.
Is it 10 with a plus 1, right?
What's the plus 1?
I don't think I have
Oh,
that.
there's a
The minimum 1 for the clue.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
it's still a flat roll.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I get to pick from the table.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're what are you trying to figure out?
Whether the apartment is still getting power and just the breaker has been flipped, or whether there is not power, there's not electricity coming into the apartment at all.
Okay, so you go to the breaker box, you flip the breakers.
Yeah.
On and off. It's evident to you that it's not a normal thing. Something is preventing the electricity
From coming into it. Okay.
Some other force has stuck it. It's not.
Okay. There is not electricity coming into the apartment. Okay. Allyson appears to have a question.
Yes.
Because the breaker box is in the room Patrick's in, right?
Yes.
And is Patrick still in that room, or did he barricade himself in the bathroom with everybody else?
No, he's in that room, and he just really quietly says to you, "I didn't do this." So just because he heard himself be blamed earlier, but like he's being very serious now and letting you know he did not do this.
Is this like a warning, or is it like a self-conscious thing? Is he saying it because he doesn't want them to think it's him, or is he saying it because like he's concerned that they'll think it's him?
He's saying it as more information to help like solve this problem that has come up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very nervous right now.
Okay.
Things don't often happen beyond his control.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So yeah.
Okay.
As if to punctuate that it's not something that Patrick had any control over, you hear a loud, like a thud against the door up front. The front entrance that's been barricaded. That heavy door in the front entrance.
Where my fellow officers are supposed to be outside of that door.
Supposed to be, yeah. There's a beat, and then there's another pounding. This time you hear the creaking of hinges.
Oh, goody. Okay, I radio out to my officers outside the front door.
And get no reply.
Of course not, because why would I? Okay. Patrick, I strongly urge you to head for the master bath and lock those doors behind you.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so she's telling him she's not like forced, like grabbing him or anything like that.
No, I am not. There is no physical force, but I really want the 5 of you to be in that bathroom with the doors locked.
Okay. He goes. He doesn't question it.
Okay.
Am I still in the other bathroom? Or was I in the master bath?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Were you in the other bathroom or were you in the master bath? And when everyone came in.
I think I was in the master bath when everyone came in. I had finished up. I was doing my makeup.
Okay.
Sure. Good.
So then everyone's back in there. What are you doing since you sent Patrick? Patrick, are you running off?
Yeah, move. I'm trying to be sneaky, so maybe I should roll that. Like, I'm trying to be quiet, because I realize this now turns suddenly dangerous. Okay, so...
Sure. Yeah, go for your sneaking around.
Okay. Hopefully it's not a 2. 8.
That is a success.
A hit.
Yeah, but I choose one from the table.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Setting that aside. Everyone's in there. You went back. You're locking the door behind you.
In the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing at the front door?
Corinne wanted us to do, right?
Say again.
Corinne wanted us to do that, right? Like, that's what she told me, is lock yourself in the bathroom.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what I did.
Okay.
Okay, I have chosen a spot in the apartment where I can see the front door, but I am kind of hidden from sight. Sort of like I can see the front door, but it can't see me.
Okay, so...
And I am waiting.
Would you say that you're hiding, or are you trying to gain a point of vantage?
That's a good question.
In the coming rounds...
Thinking the game?
Yeah, very specifically. Is this an attempt to...
I am trying to change the game. I am trying to get an advantage and get the drop on. I am really, really hoping that nobody comes through that door, but I am hoping to get the drop on whoever comes through that door, if anybody does come through that door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your change the game.
Did the hinges just creak, or did they break?
They sound like they don't have much time left to them.
Shit.
Oh, honey.
Ah, man. What are you hiding behind?
I feel like I'm
Apparently
in
a lamp.
a doorway. I'm like peeking around the doorway of one of the bedrooms, I guess.
Okay. Give me a sec. Okay. So you're hiding behind one of the doors. Okay. You said you're hiding behind one of the doors in the bedroom. Are you getting your gun out? Is it fisticuffs? How are we doing this?
I have my hand on my sidearm. I do not have my gun drawn yet.
Okay. So you're
I'm
prepped.
ready. I'm
Yeah.
prepped. I also have great reflexes.
Good. That's important.
Yeah.
You hear another 2, maybe 3 thuds before the door finally falls down. And you hear several feet. It's gotta be some small force, right?
Or a centaur.
Or a centaur with like 30 legs. It's not 30 legs. It's not that many people.
Centipedator.
So you hear the that. And I guess in amongst the footsteps, you do hear almost a canter, but it could just be a trick of the way that the sound is bouncing off of the
A
walls.
canter? Oh.
You guys are... while you're sitting there behind your door, one of the mooks slams the door open thinking that they're going to get the jump on whoever's behind in the room, and in so doing, slams you with the door.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm between the door and the wall,
Yes.
and they slam the door into me.
Yes, I would make
Awesome.
a face danger roll if I were you.
Okay, I'll make a face danger roll. I have great reflexes, and I know Krav Maga, so
Okay.
I'm counting both of those things
I will allow
as
it.
pluses. That's an 8.
An 8.
That's an 8.
Great.
Okay,
so
I
you're
only
gonna-
had one really crappy roll so far.
You get to mitigate some of the status.
Oh, good, okay.
So this is originally going to be a concussed.
Oh, jeez.
Instead, we're going to get a knocked status.
Knocked.
Yeah.
So she
That
out?
has a
Okay.
2 value.
Oh, she's just okay.
And this is Coryn.
Yes.
Okay. When your head slams up against the door behind you, do you make a sound? Do you make a noise? It hurts, obviously, but this is
It
your
hurts.
call. You've got that Krav Maga
Right,
training.
I've been trained to not do that. I say if the person is really, really paying attention, they might hear like
Okay.
but I don't oof or anything.
Okay, so you don't make any kind of a grand noise. He does, however, feel the resistance. Of
Sure, there's a
you-
person
yep.
behind the door.
And he pulls he pulls the door back so that he can see what's behind it, and then it would be your initiative.
And there's only one baddie, right?
So far,
So
Right,
far,
you see
there's
there's
just
only
this
one
one
you
guy.
In that room with you.
Okay,
You
I
get
am
more than that.
I am moving to quickly and silently disarm him using Krav Maga.
Okay, so you're gonna go
Because-
toe to toe with him.
I am gonna go toe to toe with him. I would like to incapacitate this person.
With Krav Maga.
And I am still claiming
And great reflexes.
a 2 power here because of Krav Maga and great reflexes. That's an 11.
Okay, so that's more than a 10.
It's true.
When you go toe to toe, that means you get to pick 2 from the table. What was your
Ooh.
intention? You said you wanted to disarm him silently?
Yes.
Okay, so going toe to toe, you get to pick 2 things,
Okay.
knowing that there are 3 things, and whichever one you don't pick will happen. You can achieve your goal
Okay.
of disarming him.
Okay.
You can give him a status, like, concussed, knocked over.
Okay.
Well, how many modifiers did you
KO'd
have?
2.
2.
I had
So
2 modifiers.
If you gave them a status, it would be a status of tier 2. So
Okay.
as bad as you got your head hit, you'd be able to hit him.
Okay, so I couldn't
Okay.
knock him out.
No,
He would not
at
lose
this point.
consciousness. Okay.
The third one is that you would block their counter, which means that if you don't choose that one, they will hit you back.
You get to pick 2.
I
You
get
pick
to I get to pick 2 that will happen.
You get to
Yes.
pick 2 that are good for you. So you can either
Whichever.
disarm him, give him a status, which would be, concussing him,
Sure.
or block their counter. You get to pick 2.
And the third one will happen to me? Or the
The
one
third
I don't
will
pick?
happen.
Hypothetically speaking, you could concuss him, but he'd still have his gun, and he wouldn't be able to hit you back. Hypothetically, you could take his gun away, you could concuss him, but he'd hit you back. Or you could do
I
the
could
2.
disarm him and take his and block
Make sure
his
that he
counter.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then what
But you
happens?
wouldn't
You
give
wouldn't
him
be
a
able to
status.
concuss him.
I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Oh.
He'd be fine, he just
Okay.
wouldn't have a gun.
All right. I do those things.
Okay.
That last
Disarm.
one, I successfully disarm him,
And he can't
and
counter.
he can't, and block whatever he tries to do to me next.
Okay, so he brings
I
his knee
guess.
up to try and knee you in the solar plexus, but you get an elbow down on his knee. Nothing happens.
Okay.
You're in sort of an odd deadlock with him. In the meantime, in the bathroom, you guys hear a commotion going on. There's a bunch of footsteps going on outside. You hear someone knocked into something. It sounds like the walls are shaking.
Is there any, since we're in a panic room, are there any monitors or anything in terms of, what's outside the room? Or do we just have hearing to go off of?
I think there's one monitor showing the. Sorry.
No, that's you.
Yeah, I think there's one monitor showing like the main living area, and otherwise there's a like hardline telephone to the outside.
Okay. The angle that the main room has, can it see the door where the scuffle's going down?
So it can see the door, like as the door opens, you can see that. But like if there's a person behind the door as it opens, you wouldn't be able to see that anymore. Like it would block that. So you'd probably be able to see the fight going down a little bit, but not all of it because it'd be semi-obscured.
Then I would say you see 3 people, 3 guys. 2 of them have guns. 1 of them has a crowbar. There's one that disappeared into that bedroom where you saw Corinne go earlier. And then there's one other form that's just sort of flickering.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Does Patrick recognize it?
Yeah, Patrick would recognize it.
Same flicker?
It's the same flicker. It's that same bizarre electromagnetic question mark phenomenon.
Missing no.
Okay. I think he sees that and he's just kind of like blankly says, "It's the horse."
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, Avery looks at him, just kind of shakes her head, then like grabs out the taser that she has and hands it to Otto and says, "You look like you can use this."
Otto, who distinctly wants nothing to do with any of this.
Is Otto taking it?
Hands him the what?
The taser.
Oh, the taser.
I can't hear Nathan.
Nathan,
are you
sound.
muted? You are muted.
muted.
There you are. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
With the taser, I will go stand by the door with the taser.
Okay, so the
He's a
door's
hero.
still barricaded on your end.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see the horse coming towards us.
No, he seems to be... He's in the back. He's pointing with his hands
That,
Yeah.
that he has when he's not flickering.
he's pointing with his hands at what?
Like gesturing, like he
Oh,
looks like he's
he's-
giving instructions
okay.
to the other guys.
Gotcha. And he said, "We're in a."
And,
Go ahead.
oh no. Where is, sorry, where's Corinne? Is she on the camera?
Corinne, you saw earlier, she went into the bedroom where Patrick was earlier. Where one of the mooks then followed.
So you might be able to like see my feet or something on the camera, but not. I'm not clear. I think.
I've started filling up the bathtub.
That's
Okay.
fair. That's fair.
Does anyone say anything about you filling up the bathtub?
I just wanted to know if they would. There's
So we're-
I
filling
think
up the bathtub.
Avery probably gives her a "What the hell are you doing?" look.
You don't have to answer it. She just looked at you.
She just looks at me. Okay, all right. I keep going. I keep doing them.
The
Okay.
I guess I'll try and grab a curtain rod off of there.
Okay.
Off the curtain rod. I'll just try and grab the curtain rod off of the thing.
Bath.
For like a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Makeshift.
you're staying there with the door.
Ooh, or the
Close.
toilet seat. No, the toilet seat, like the toilet, the
Yeah,
cover
yeah.
over the back. I'll grab the toilet
That
cover.
heavy porcelain.
Yeah, that heavy porcelain
brittle,
piece.
very brittle.
You only get one shot, but it'll count.
Oh, the back of the toilet. Yeah. Yeah, locksmith.
This is on.
Yeah,
Oh, and yes.
this
Autostats.
plan is terrible.
Oh, the bathtub's
But
making noise. Whatever.
I-
Okay.
Yeah.
we're all aware of that, right?
What's that?
Yeah. I think we're well aware of that.
Great. Okay.
Avery's plan is to try to charm anybody who comes through the door, but if not, you get to stun them until they convulse.
And I'm assuming that
That's a
Cece's
terrible
getting
plan.
water so that we can make somebody more conductive, I guess.
And drown somebody in the bathtub.
Lure him in and hold him. Between the we have 5 of us in here.
Yeah.
Crap.
5
Between
people in a
5 of
master
us, we can
bathroom.
hold somebody underwater.
Right?
Is there a window?
You said
What's
is
that
there a
mean?
window?
I don't think there's a window
Not in the
Right?
panic room.
Sealed, right?
Yeah.
Surface,
Oh,
cool.
jeez.
We might also want to make a call since we've got that here.
Who would you call?
I don't know,
Oh, yeah.
911.
Okay.
That sounds good, actually.
There we go, yeah.
Or, I mean, does Avery know anybody else that you're supposed to call for, like, is there a specific protocol? Do you guys have
I'm so worried.
a security agency that you're supposed to call or something?
Well, like, yeah, there is basically, like, almost... Basically, there's 2 buttons. There's either 911 or private security, and Avery's thinking that police is probably the way to go.
Okay, do you want to man that since it's, I mean, you're the most familiar with the panic room.
And the police at this point.
And the police, you've talked to the most police of us.
You know, actually hearing that, Avery calls private security.
That's fair.
Okay, so you're calling the private security firm. What's the situation?
They're so calm.
Okay, I'm in panic room 8J, and we have intruders trying to break in and trying to get into the panic room. We need immediate assistance if
Okay.
possible.
Dispatching. Do you want to stay on the line, or?
No, I'd rather not make noise.
Okay. So they say that they're dispatching the officers. You hear
We have an
click,
ETA.
whatever that means. Let's see.
I don't trust him.
How are you doing over there with your guy? You're in kind of a deadlock right now. You've
Yeah.
disarmed him.
Grappling, I guess.
Yeah, grappling is the right word.
I guess
What's your play from you?
I would like to, like,
You've got
incapacitate this person because I know there are others. So I think I'm trying for a KO.
Okay,
I
so
think.
would you say then that you're going to try and hit him with all that you've got?
Was this one the one that was this one of the ones that had a gun, or was this crowbar?
He had a gun, but now
Did
I
you
have
it?
his
I
gun.
just was trying to remember which weapon
like,
you had.
I have 2 guns. I have his gun and I have my
Sure.
gun.
You can
Which
Laura
you've
Croft
not
it
taken
up,
out yet?
backflip, and shoot a tiger.
Right, yeah, my gun is still in its holster because I never got the. I was ready to take it out, but then I got doored.
Knocked.
So I was knocked. So I have his gun in my hand,
Sure.
which I guess I'm gonna use now because I've got a gun in my hand, so I might as well.
So you're just gonna
But
clock him one?
Or shoot him.
I don't want to shoot him. I have his
So
gun.
it's
He's
loud.
defenseless now. Yeah, and then I also want this to be like as quiet as possible because if possible, I'd really like the other people to either like come into this room one at a time to investigate, or
Or
like
not know
just
that you're
not
there.
know
Make
that
them
I'm in
attack
here.
you so you can use your power tag.
Right. Yeah, so I can use my power tag and
Strangle
make them
with a
attack
gun.
me and Krav Maga. So yeah, I am going to try and KO this guy.
So go ahead and roll to hit him with all you've got.
Hit with all I've got.
What are your power tags at this point?
I think I'm just still going on Krav Maga and great reflexes.
Okay.
Get rid of the hangover.
I could get rid of a hangover. I'll go visit him in jail once he's recovered consciousness.
She like. Okay.
Okay, that's 8.
8.
Because I rolled a 6 and I've got +2 power.
Okay. Then you get to pick one from the table. Here is your table. You can have good positioning as a result.
Okay.
You
Of
can
knocking
give
him
him... Say it.
Of knocking him out.
Let me read them off.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
You've got your good positioning that you can have as a result of how you've hit him.
Mm-hmm.
You can induce a status of +1 tier on what your power is. So you added 2, so you deal a 3. So you'd have enough to concuss him.
Okay.
You can control the collateral damage, which isn't particularly relevant.
No.
Yes.
Not unless collateral damage counted as like noise and
Yeah,
things.
outside.
Yeah.
You can you can take the target's attention, which you already have.
Sure.
and then you can gain the upper hand in the fight, which
Basically,
fits.
yeah.
But
Since
it's
you
a
have his
plus
gun.
1 juice. In this situation, juice is a factor that would change circumstances in your favor. So, like the gun, you'd have the gun, or
Okay. I currently have the gun.
yeah. So you're just probably fine.
So. Okay, so and you said a +3 status would like knock the man
Concussing,
unconscious.
He would be dazed. He would be in a position where he'd just be unconscious. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that thing. And then like I assume there's a closet in this bedroom.
Okay.
Or let's see. I'm like wait, I'm a cop. I've got like zip ties and handcuffs and things
Sure.
on my belt. Okay, yeah. Okay. Gonna go with the knock the man unconscious.
Okay.
And then I am going to like handcuff him to the bed frame, like on the side of the bed that is away from the door, so if anybody just walks into the bedroom, they won't immediately see him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the guy is not quite unconscious, but he's not in any position to fight back.
Greatly dazed.
He's seeing stars. And aside from that, his head just hurts.
Sure.
So he's pretty close to being incapacitated. And between that and the tie, he's not going anywhere.
Okay.
In knocking him down, you do create some noise.
Sure.
Not a whole lot, but some.
Okay.
So another 2, and our friends in the panic room see 2 more of the mooks, but not the flicker, walking towards her direction.
So that's gun and crowbar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have... Is the gun drawn? Can I just shoot that
He's
guy?
got his gun. He doesn't look like he's got the best control over it, but
Okay.
yeah, like
He's got slippery hands.
He's not. He doesn't have like tactical combat training. You
Sure.
point a gun at someone, you pull the trigger, they usually die.
Okay.
But it's not like he's not going in, Metal Gear Solid. He's not going to do.
Sure. Okay.
He's a thug.
Right.
Does Team Safe Panic Room do anything?
So, go ahead. What you got?
I raised my hand. I get to go. I want to check my phone to see if anyone pinged me regarding more information about the horse video.
What was the last thing?
No, anyone from my hacker group to see if they discovered any new information.
Does she have signal?
No.
How did you call the police?
The
That's the
landline.
landline.
You would see that you don't have any signal in there.
Is there Wi-Fi?
No, it's like a Faraday cage.
It'd be
Okay.
powered by the.
Right.
Okay, I can't do that.
So
Can you hack into the panic room? Okay.
Not in like the amount of time we've been in there, right? It's been like 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
you could try to rip out the phone line and try to do dial-up.
Oh, that's true.
Lying to the outside world. I'm not gonna do that.
You're confident in your skills?
You could probably get it back.
Am I? It's okay. You guys can do your thing. I'll talk about it.
What's it?
Frozen. Oh, there you go. What were you gonna say, bud?
I was gonna say, do you want to go?
Me?
No, Jeff.
So I guess my vote, since we saw 2 people go in after, would probably be that I would surmise from that Corinne's still in trouble. I guess we haven't heard or seen anything beyond just that we saw 1 person go in and now we have 2 more going in. Which they probably wouldn't do unless they were either cleaning up but we heard the struggle. So, I would think that we would still think she's in trouble.
Yeah, I would also not like to lose the only police officer competent combat.
Avery is going to be very against you guys here. Protocol is to not open this door for any reason whatsoever. We have security on the way.
So,
You guys.
You can overrule me. I'm over here, but at the same time, security's on the way, and if you unlock this door, you give away our last bit of defenses.
So, I mean, okay.
Security's allegedly on the way.
They knocked down that front door already. This bathroom door's not gonna hold.
This bathroom door is more powerful.
It is reinforced.
Is it more powerful?
It is more powerful.
So, I mean, so that the option would be go out there and then we keep it. I mean, whoever goes out there, and then whoever goes out there, and then it would be sealed essentially behind them. Or that we try and draw them towards us, which I don't really like.
Oh, yeah, no.
Right. So, I mean, like, the things that we have going for us are that we're in the panic room and they don't know that we're in the panic room, specifically, because they haven't headed our direction.
Right.
We've seen all the things that have come inside, and we know which direction they've gone.
Right. I can try to...
Not all the things.
So she kind of looks at you and, like, understand, this sounds weird. I can try to convince them over the intercom. I have a way with men.
Also remember that Corinne really wants you all to just stay in the bathroom. Like, she told you to go in the bathroom and lock the door.
That's true.
Let's try that, but I'm also really concerned about Corinne, considering she exuded benevolence to me earlier. And
So
I
now
also
you're, like,
have an
emotionally
unconditional love of
invested.
people. So I really am just worried about Corinne. That's all.
That's fair.
It does feel wrong to not do anything.
Right?
We probably owe this person living this long. Since we're not
Let's see what Avery can do with the intercom.
Maybe I can try to convince them over the intercom. If they do nothing, then you guys can go out and I'll bar the door behind you. Does that sound fair?
So you and Patrick are
If
staying
you're in
here?
danger, I'll put you in danger.
So you and Patrick are staying here.
Yeah, but Patrick has a plan to help once you all decide if you're gonna open the door or not.
Don't
Okay.
let the
So-
one-armed girl go out to fight people.
I think intercom, if we can get them, if you can convince them to pull away from where we know Corinne is, then that would be better.
So at this point, Avery has seen the horse thing on the screen, correct?
Yes.
And
Fucker, man.
looking to confirm with
Look
people in the room, that's the thing that we're afraid of, right?
Well, I saw that on the video that we pulled from the Oceanside Funhouse. What's it called?
Oceanside Amusement.
It's my
Like
place
that's
of
the
business.
Okay, so
Footprints.
so
and
I can try to convince the other men to attack Murder Horse. I don't think I have power over horses.
That horse.
I don't know anything about your capabilities.
And
He's bad.
she's trying like just enough to like get confirmation, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so
Don't look at me.
horse, bad person, correct?
We don't know that, but it's consistent with the digital footprint we found at the crime scene.
Or hoof print. I couldn't help myself.
I like that we went from centaur to evil horse. This is better.
Good.
This is a move up.
So what's the play?
So
So 2 people want to open the door. Patrick, he doesn't care if the door's open, but he's staying here.
Sure.
He can help a little bit, but he's not gonna like leave the room. And Avery wants the door closed. Or is it 3 people want the door open? Owen, what's your take?
Autumn.
No,
No, I was ready to go and try and help.
Okay, so
Are-
3
are
people
you
want
guys-
the door open.
Are you guys willing to let me try over the intercom? And like, if they don't immediately help, then go for it.
Yeah, I would say
Sounds
try
good
it
to
or
me.
misdirect him at the very least, and then we can hopefully get a better chance of knocking him out or something.
All right.
Alright, what are you saying over the intercom?
So flip on the intercom. The woman Corin has nothing to do with you. Your real me is the horse.
Horse.
He has been plotting,
Of course.
and this room will be your death no matter what. You should try to get your revenge.
Okay. So you say that, yeah. You say that.
Did he roll to convince?
I guess he'd have to roll to convince, yeah.
So I'm gonna roll to convince. Would you say that they are just like simple thugs?
It's dark.
So I'm gonna use stronger against simple minds and implant ideas specifically.
Okay.
For this one. On a convince, and I get 8.
Okay. Okay, so on an 8,
Table time.
they would concede to your request, but protect their own agenda, or at least they would if they could have heard you. You see the flicker man, like pauses for a second. He's looking around. Where's the intercom located? Like the speaker.
Speaker above the front door.
Okay. So he turns and he finds the source of the noise, and he waves at you, and then he indicates his ear for a second, and then gives you a thumbs up. The two that were moving towards Corinne are continuing to move without, almost as though they hadn't heard you.
A
At this
thumbs up.
point, Avery just guys, by all means.
Oh my god.
So he heard us, knows where we are. They didn't, and will be directed by him. Who knows where we are? Nathan's gone.
Oh
No, I miss Nathan.
That's
Not
Nathan gone.
Nathan.
no. Oh dear.
Did you guys lose Nathan too?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's offline.
Hello?
She's back.
Hi, Nathan.
Hello.
Nathan!
Hi.
We missed you.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I missed you. I just dropped.
Okay.
You're back.
Can you-
You're in the forest, but you're back.
Okay.
Oh, we're having some network issues too.
Are we?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's ironing itself out.
All good on this side.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so what are you guys doing? You storm out? Question mark?
Storm is such a strong word.
yeah, right? I don't think...
However they're gonna react at this point, I'm ready to fight. So I've now welled up the water that was in the bathroom around myself and then, headed out.
Okay. Patrick,
I don't have influence in their decision given that I'm not in the room with them.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm mentally preparing myself to be like,
Fuck did
When
I
I
just
see
say?
them.
I'm convinced they're getting in here.
So,
Yes.
to be clear, our target is not the horse. Our goal is help Corinne move back to the safe room.
You're gonna lead them
Yes.
to the safe room.
Okay.
So first, you knock down one reinforced door.
And they're gonna knock down another one.
Forget about outside crew. Outside crew, does that sound like a plan?
Outside crew. Okay, so
Sure.
I would think the horse is still
Still a
directing
target.
them, right? And so we still need to be mindful of where the horse is while we make this attack. And if he's by the front door, then we have to go past, don't we? In order to get to the room and the goons.
Do we?
Yeah.
I assume if we're in a thing and he was at the front door and Corinne was guarding the front door and got knocked into the other bedroom, that would be adjacent.
The layout in my head was different too, but I guess what you're saying makes sense.
We'll draw a floor plan later.
will we need
Okay.
to?
No.
Alex is like, go.
So does that mean that our target is the horse?
I think it has to be.
All of it. Let's mess them up.
I would say horse and gun are top priorities.
Okay. Patrick sees the water shaping that's going on. He feels mildly convinced by Avery that, the horse is the real enemy. So what he's going to volunteer to do is, he's like, okay, guys, I can help a little bit, not physically, but when you open that door, I could make it look like an animal is attacking them. So it'll at least divert their attention for a little bit, give you a chance to go out there.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm perfectly fine with taking advantage of the situation.
Who is on point? Who's the first out the door?
Team Otto!
Otto, with his recovered bullet wound and his taser.
So let's do this. I'll tase a horse.
Okay.
Always wanted to
Shot once
tase a horse.
already.
So,
You might need to
open the
crank
door.
that up. I don't know if you can change the settings on a taser, but horses seem like they'd be bigger than people.
It's true.
Hashtag tase horse.
Allyson, can you roll your roll to convince or sneak around, depending on which one you feel is more appropriate when you're trying to misdirect him with a horse? Or I guess what are you trying to do?
She's trying to confer an advantage on us. Would that be change the game?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
also.
okay.
Yeah, you can make a change the game.
I'm changing the game, buddy.
All right.
So I think, let's see, I'm gonna make it look like a big bear, like a grizzly bear. Yep.
The
Is
natural
like
enemies of
coming
horses.
out of the bathroom, like they open the door, and then this grizzly, like it's all four paws, like rah, like charging at them.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Go ahead and roll.
Come
We are
on.
not in the same chat room.
No. It's weird.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking trickery illusions. That's my power tag. Well, it's the same power tag. Light trickery / illusions. It's one power tag. So I'm adding one power tag. So that's 8.
Okay, so on an 8, on a change the game, juice is equal to power. You get to pick off of the table. How many power tags did you add?
1.
1? Okay. Do you want to... I imagine in this instance, your options are to create a story tag, to burn a story tag, or to give or reduce a status. You could give them the fear, or what I would do if in your shoes is create an illusory bear.
Yeah, that's my goal, is to create an illusory bear.
That bear.
Alright, good.
There's one of these under the coffee table. Just so you know.
I'm going to give
Get
that
it later.
value.
I tried to reach under with my
How long does this
It's
last?
deeper under than I can get.
Just enough.
6
So
rounds.
I want to have it so that, say, I'm imagining a hallway to the bathroom.
Okay.
As this bear comes charging, everybody's focused on the bear, but then as soon as our people get close to them enough to hit them, the bear disappears. So maybe that's like 10 seconds, depending on how far away they are.
Okay. So you guys have your cover of your illusory bear. Otto, you're on point position. You've got a direct line of sight on the horse man. Horse? Man. One or the other, not both. What's the play?
Got it.
Direct line of sight.
I
He can't
guess
see you. He's
he
spooked by the
rips-
bear.
Huh?
He can't see you. He's spooked by the bear.
Cool. I guess we're just hitting with all you got.
All right. What are you physically doing to him? Oh, the stun gun, right?
Right. So not a horse, not a man. Yes.
Right.
I don't. So
Help me.
Horseman.
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 right. I mean, I guess we're aiming for like the chest area because I think that's how a taser works.
Okay.
Center of mass.
I'm
Sounds
not
good.
trying to,
Sound
like,
good.
hit a vital organ so much as the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So in hitting it with.
So we have to go downstairs. So I'm just gonna run down the stairs and like,
Stairs.
hey,
Don't suddenly.
There.
Don't go outside.
No stairs.
No.
You can just run at him.
We're all on one floor.
Everyone's inside the apartment.
There's 2 floors.
No, just one.
Okay. Cool. Then yeah. Let's.
Okay.
I like
Do you have any relevant tags?
I'm gonna use lead from the front.
Okay.
That makes sense.
You're doing that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good work.
Do you have any other tags?
Just keen eye apply here?
It's a little dark.
Right?
Does he get like a bonus tag or anything because he has the taser?
He's going to have a bonus with the taser, and he's going to have a bonus with the illusory bear.
Okay.
So you have at the very minimum, the bare minimum, 3.
Cool. Let's lead from the front.
Auto taser.
Hold on, one of my dice fell off the table.
Reroll.
Bear with the taser.
9.
A 9.
Alright.
With
Plus 1 from the power tag. So
Ooh!
10, nice.
Nice.
Okay,
tases a
so
bear.
on a 10, on a hit him with all you got, you get to pick 2 from the table, Nathan. You want to give him a status plus 1 tier. There's no real collateral damage here. Take his attention, gain upper hand.
What's a status plus 1?
Okay, so you've got a plus 3 status right now, and then you'd add 1 to it.
Oh, dang. Just kill a horseman.
Kill it.
Yeah, plus 1 status sounds pretty good.
Okay, and then what's your other thing that you're going to take?
What's the most status you can have?
6 will kill.
Oh, okay. So if 3 knocked that guy pretty close to unconscious, would 4 be actually
4 would be
unconscious?
actually.
Let's take his attention.
Okay.
Wow. So brief.
He locks eyes with you. You get a good solid look at him. He's dressed in black. He's got dark black hair. He's got a lot of arm hair to him. I don't know why you thought he was a horse before, and it only kind of makes sense if you squint your eyes at him just right. But in that instant that you're making eye contact with him, you ram the stun gun into his chest, and it knocks him but good. And then he falls over unconscious, collapses to the ground. The other 2
Like a
mooks,
hairy man would.
like a big hairy man would.
Good.
The other 2 mooks hear the collapse of what had to be way too heavy to be just a person falling to the ground. And they turn, they see that you've knocked out the horse guy, and they're trying to make tracks and trying to get out of there. And if you wanted to go toe-to-toe, you'd probably block them from leaving.
Wait, sorry, the other guy's running?
Yeah, you and also Karen will get a shot here if you wanted to stop them.
The
from
thugs
leaving.
are leaving?
Yeah.
Oh.
You knocked their horse down. They weren't expecting that.
Oh.
My new guess is that he's a minotaur.
If we're keeping score, Allyson was the closest.
She said Kelpie, and that was.
I can't
That's the
see that.
layout.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
The floor plan.
Nice.
Oh.
That's pretty close.
Good.
Cool. I'll toe to toe with a mook.
Okay.
Is that the one where I have to try and say what I want to do?
I mean,
Alright.
you usually tell me what you want to do.
Call
I
your
want to hit him with a toilet.
Oh shit! Yeah. Plus 1. Yeah, go for it.
Alright, now steady hands.
You hold those hands steady with the porcelain lid.
Oh my
Good.
god.
No.
It's under the grates.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
It's dead
It's
to me.
gone forever.
Ooh, 7.
7 total?
Plus.
Did-
Oh no, sorry.
Right? Because it's 5 plus 2?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Should I
On a
get
2,
that 5?
you get to pick 1.
Okay.
I'd go ahead. In your situation, I would give him a plus 1 tier to the status, or if you'd rather,
Girl.
you can. What's up?
Oh, my finger's bleeding. That's all.
Why?
I'm
Don't do
okay.
that. You can either hit him real hard in the head with the porcelain lid and knock him out, or you can hit him and stun him and get the attention of the others.
I'm gonna just knock him out.
Okay, good. You click. It smashes. It's brittle.
Sure.
And the guy is knocked TF out. And, do you want to
KTFO.
take a roll at it if you're feeling up to it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to
I
kill
believe
this
there's
guy?
one. I'm not trying to kill him. Knockout is fine.
Oh, the bad
ones.
ones. Okay, gotcha. The additional bad
I just have to decide if I'm going toe to toe or if I'm hitting him with all I got. Cece's had an emotional day. She is like 9,000% donezo with this. I'm saying she's hitting with all she has.
Okay,
She's coming out of that door.
You have like a water bending
Swinging,
power.
yeah.
Okay. What are you doing?
So I'm
Water bending.
waterbending
Okay.
at him. Yeah.
What
Water
does
at
that look
sufficiently high speeds.
That looks
It's
like
like concrete.
yeah.
Okay. So you're
It looks like
hitting
water at high
Real
speeds,
fast water.
and it's
Not
to
water
knock
jet,
him.
Is
Okay.
that the scheme?
Is my goal. Seven?
That's 7.
Oh, so waterbending.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
At
knock him out?
least.
That's what I would like
Make
to
him
do.
real damp.
Or yeah. All right. You knock the last of the mooks out, and
Woo.
just as that happens, the police come in.
Of
Not,
They do.
you call the
Security.
security. The security come in.
Of course they do.
They race in. They're like, "Oh, I see you've got it under control. We'll still call the police." What'd you say, Jeff?
Somehow.
Yeah. So they go and they call the police. The other officers that were supposed to be on detail had been knocked out, assumedly by the mooks and the horseman.
Man horse?
Man horse?
Morse.
Hold on, I had a name.
Significantly worse.
So maybe like 20 minutes go by. An officer who's in plainclothes at this time of
Do
day.
the security leave?
The security are there. They're detaining. They're securing
Okay.
all the people. An officer comes in and he comes to you and he says, "So, Officer, what's your last name?
Brody.
Officer Brody. I'm real impressed.
Thanks.
Do you have any idea who this guy is? The big one
The
with
big
the
one in the black?
the feet?
No idea.
Is he have horse feet?
No, he's got normal feet,
Okay.
but he points at the feet. He says, this guy here is Elias Puck. He's an enforcer for Dana's gang. They're local Irish mafia. I know that you probably don't have too much experience with the mob.
No, not really.
Not yet.
But I was kind of hoping, if you didn't mind, I know you were angling to take the detective exam.
That's right.
We're kind of hoping to add you to the special forces here.
Oh.
I will consider that carefully. What all would that entail?
We'll have to send you back to the lieutenant. He'll explain everything.
Sure.
I think you'd probably be a good fit. I think most of you would be a good fit, but there's a manner of which things have to be taken care of course.
X-Men.
But we'd be glad to at least consult with you.
Okay.
Officer
Yeah.
Xavier.
He's not bald. He's not in a wheelchair.
Does he have an eye patch?
No eye patch.
Oh, damn it. Not Officer Fury.
Yeah, he'll give you a card with a phone number. It's got organized crime detective lieutenant.
Does it say MIB on the front?
It does not say MIB.
OG.
So yeah,
Oh man.
that would be the end of the episode.
Woo!
Just want to say that I think what's his in the big black suit over there is probably our prime suspect in the murder of our Mr. Roland.
I
But
bet
why?
if we go back and if we examine that rope, we'll probably find something to that effect.
Why
No.
Roland?
I know
Who's
why
there?
Roland.
Alex does know why Roland.
Very specifically. So that's the end of the curious incident to the
we
whale in
got
Maritime.
Woo!
Obviously, not everything, and in fact, very few things have been truly resolved here.
Mm-hmm.
Pilot.
It's the pilot. We've got books. I've got a plan for the next session.
Nice.
I've got a couple of plans that I've been talking to Joe and so on about. My goal is to have at least one of you guys have a character-centric episode this season, and then we'll talk about if we could renew for a second season.
Nice.
Woo!
So we're meeting on that bi-weekly basis. I guess this, strictly speaking, would be the geek out during the credits portion. And we also are supposed to talk about pluses and minuses, which I guess we can... Does anyone feel like they've been helped or hurt by someone else here? Ever up,
Yep.
Thank
Character-wise?
Helped or hurt by someone else. I mean, Patrick, helped.
you. By specifically another player character.
What did you say, Allyson?
Patrick are closer.
Patrick is...
I'm sorry, not even. I'm looking at Corinne. Sorry, Corinne. I don't know why I keep mixing.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like there was some trust built there. At first it was panic and uncertainty, but then when things went wrong, she took charge and he appreciated that.
That's true. Yeah, and you helped him through his anxiety attack, and then you
Sure,
guys both sort of
yes.
trusted each other for the panic room situation.
Yeah,
I'd
for
buy
sure.
that. That was good.
There was the strife between Avery and Patrick.
I was about to say, conversely, Avery doesn't trust Patrick with about anything at this point.
Good. That's interesting.
Also, he was trying to hack Cece's phone, and then all of a sudden a horse attacked us, and he happened to help at the end.
He was in the room where the lights turned out.
Which is bad.
Hacking her phone if I'm guessing a password.
Right.
It's brute force hacking.
Right. It's not. It's not classy hacking.
But yeah, and
Okay, so a little tense.
in general, do you guys have any thoughts, questions, concerns, comments?
Are we ready to geek out?
This
This
geeking
is
out.
geeking out. Okay, so the fighting is a lot more involved than I thought it was. I didn't think that I'd have to actually think about whether I was gonna go toe to toe or hit him with all I've got. And I mean, my character, I don't know, it's more of a she's very emotional, so it was. I thought I was gonna be hitting with all I had every time, but I really had to think about those two things back and forth, and I had to think about what my choices were going to be if that happened. I really liked the thing with Susan, how she had to pick two things, and one of the things was going to be the thing that
That's a really
happened.
interesting system.
Yeah, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like it balanced pretty well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit concerned with the balancing, because I was like, we've got all these fantastical powers, but there's a horse thing. So, I don't know. Both sides felt like they could have been OP, which
That's
then
the
made
goal.
it feel
If
balanced.
everyone's broken, then everything's
Then
balanced.
everything's, yeah.
That's it.
Which was really cool. I
Good.
appreciated that feeling.
Did you look like you were saying the thing?
Because then, it's a different combat system, but you don't have biases, so I appreciate hearing your view on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because D&D is a very different system.
Yeah, I have no friggin' clue about D&D. I heard my friend throw a fireball one time.
How do you guys feel that it stacks up to D&D combat?
It's different.
It feels more washed because obviously nothing is set in stone.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's more up to interpretation and makes it more exciting in that things can happen that can't happen in D&D. I can't say, oh man, this amazing thing happened. It's well, I hit him for 5 points.
Right.
Yeah.
Numbers aren't sexy.
This is cool.
Right, it's a lot more
Freeform.
than D&D, and it's not like this guy has 20 hit points, and so we need to do 20 points worth of damage to incapacitate this person,
Right.
and so I'm gonna hit
Yeah.
it's oh,
You don't have to worry
I
about
can't.
sitting there with a calculator trying to figure out when he's unconscious.
Sure.
Yeah, it is a narrative first. You're right, Joe.
Have any of you played Sentinels?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
I wondered how it compared to that, but
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't.
familiar.
I forgot it either. I'll have to look up
I'm
stuff.
gonna have to log off and finish up chores and do real life stuff.
It's okay.
Good night, Nathan.
Thanks for playing,
Good
Nathan.
night.
Any takeaways that you wanted to say before you go?
No. Thanks for running, Alex.
No problem.
Yay!
Night,
See you soon,
Nathan.
Nathan.
Bye, guys.
That was so cool.
That was cool.
We're not too far off ourselves. I'm gonna kill the stream.
Okay.
Bye, Internet.
Bye, Internet. We'll see you next time when it's convenient.